idea functionally what I'm doing.
Months until I'm customizing my pussy lips. I'm very excited.
For fucking the giggles.
Yo, you ain't getting a candy bar, bitch.
I have 1 round left. Just enough for myself.
Yay!
It's a podcast.
Wow, full of gamer pee. Wow, dude.
It's true. He has informed me that it's full of gamer pee.
Gamer pee and gamer poo. Wow, dude.
Is your bladder as strong as
Gamer
your
me
ass?
and gamer you.
Wow.
This is the rhyme cast.
What
This
a
is where we
poet.
freestyle
All the time
for the
cast.
entirety of
No,
the cast.
no. If it's the rhymecast, I'm out. I can't.
Everything we say has to have a rhyme.
Where's our
Now, let's
Grammy?
do this.
But
on
do you
time.
have to do it? Oh, I was gonna say the exact same thing.
Well, I guess I'm out. Peace out.
Ah, you did it. You're in.
No, you can't.
Shit.
He
He's
can't
back.
leave until we start talking about Warhammer. There
Yeah.
You have to remain until then.
Is that the deal?
Those.
Yeah, that's your
those
early.
two
That's your
are-
pass to leave.
Those
The second
2 or
Warhammer
3 of you
talk
who
starts.
are really into Warhammer lore, there's gonna be some more of that. This podcast.
Did you just say the 2 or 3 of you? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
That's A. That's our whole viewer base. B.
Excuse you. It's 50% of our viewer base.
B. Statistically, I bet none of them give a shit about Warhammer.
Probably
Statistically, probably. I don't know. Warhammer's a big franchise.
It depends where they're from. If they're from the United States, probably not. If they're listening from like Canada, Australia, or the UK, then
Fuck
maybe.
off! No, sorry. You're fine if you're from those places.
USA.
USA. USA.
I couldn't finish. I just started laughing immediately.
There was a guy I knew in college who didn't like Canada because he, quote, didn't like how they wouldn't salute our flag.
What?
Which that informed him, no one salutes anyone else's flag. That's what makes it your flag.
Does he salute the Canadian flag?
No, he did not.
Well, then
I think
he
the
had no right to
hypocrisy
be
was
honored.
lost on him though for some reason.
Okay.
Well, that's a good time right there. That's a good jumping off point for everyone.
They don't salute our flag.
Damn Canadians not saluting the American flag.
To be fair,
They ain't real patriots.
even if I was Canadian, is that a Cadanese? What are they? Whatever. If I was a Canuck,
What the fuck was that word?
I don't.
What's a Canuck?
A Canadese? Are you a Canadese?
I don't think I would, even if I was,
Canadian.
salute their flag because it's just a leaf, man.
Yo, but that leaf, it's important.
No, it's not.
Just about as
very important,
important
I think.
as our 50 stars.
There's stars, there's stripes. Other flags have like cool things like eagles and lions' heads and shit, and they
Yeah,
pick
but
the
what about
leaf.
Japan? All they got is like a circle.
That's the sun. Excuse you.
It's a circle.
It's just very stylized.
The sun is just a circle.
I mean, arguably, yeah.
It's just science.
The fleur-de-lis is cool. That's the only thing I'll give
What have our
France.
podcast intros become? Now we're talking about flags.
It's literally whatever comes up.
It's a real step down from whatever craziness we talked about last week.
I mean, our
First
first
15
podcast
minutes.
was about wasn't it about after shower shits? Our
Yeah,
first
that was
podcast
literally like one of the first things
No.
we ever talked about.
Was it really? I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
I don't think we're going down. I think we're just returning.
We're going up.
To
We're
Canada,
evolving.
where milk comes in bags. You think they ever get sick of that? Like that we just mention it?
That we make fun of the fact that they get their milk in bags,
I don't know
probably.
if we make fun of it, but we point it out. It is a strange thing, at least to
But
me.
to them, it's probably odd that we don't get our milk in bags. You know?
Is it though? Because I think
Probably,
I
yeah.
think around
Like,
the
why don't we have
world-
this flag? Fucking the Bhutan flag.
Let me
It's
see it.
gold and red with a thunder dragon in the middle of it. And
That's
that's a
pretty cool.
real
Nice.
flag of a nation, of a country.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, wow, look at that.
I want a nation's flag to just be like Spartan emblems from Halo 2. Just overlay a couple of symbols and that's what you got.
So like Deathstroke's sword
Yes,
emblem?
exactly. Like
flag.
All right. I don't want to diminish the meaning or put off any Kenyans who listen to us. But
Where the
their
fuck
flag,
are you going with
their
this?
flag looks like it's just a giant vagina.
I could get behind that. I could
And
I could
and
feel a way.
supposedly it's supposed to represent blood spilled while fighting colonialism.
Oh,
Huh.
It's
That look like
supposed to be. It's supposed to be a shield.
Yeah, you're
Oh.
right.
And
It's
I
a
can see it.
badge. The second I pulled that up, I was like, that's just a shield.
Yeah, but like the first thing I saw was just vag. Maybe that speaks volumes of me.
I think it
yeah,
does.
probably. I think it does speak volumes about
There
you.
was a joke I
Confirmed
was going to
Coomer.
make, but I can't, so I'm just gonna type it in the Discord.
Or you could say it and then edit it out.
Discord.
No.
He doesn't want to make work for himself.
Can't say that.
That's why.
Nope. Nope. Not. Don't say it.
Yeah.
Can't say that.
Yeah, that's a bad. Oh wait, no. Now it seems like I'm saying something way worse than. Okay, it's not as bad as
Yeah,
you
it really
think.
does. We went from Kenya to you can't say that. That's
Yeah.
not. People are gonna connect dots
It's
in their
not that.
minds.
It's not that.
It
It
doesn't
is a
start
bad.
with an N.
It does. Yeah, there's. It ends in an N, but that's the only parallel between those two words.
I'd like to announce my resignation from the podcast.
Goodbye. I'm gonna go,
It's
Because like
The
every other
nine-
week, something gets said where I have to
yeah, we
make the
we have
joke
to
that I'm
disconnect.
leaving.
And here, I didn't even say it this time.
the not okay equivalent
No,
of
let's
a
not
reverse
describe it.
brisk.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Look out for Hopo Games, Brisk of Rain, coming December. I don't know where I was going with that. We should probably do weeks now.
Well, you want to get off this incredibly fucking exciting flag conversation?
I mean, I
The
think we
pussy
took
lips
it.
flag.
I think we took it to. Oh, jeez. I think we took it to the extent that we could take it. Unless you guys got something crazy.
General Butt Naked does eat the pussy lips.
It's true.
Makes
What
some
was-
immune to bullets.
What was his flag? What was his army regalia? Well, I guess nothing. I think that was the point. He was butt
Butt
naked.
naked.
Yeah. Man, the balls on that guy. He's a pastor now.
He is.
Well,
'Cause
last
he's
time I
seen shit.
heard about him, I haven't looked back into it. Who knows? If he's fallen into his old ways. What is Tito Bacoco's flag? We have to figure that out.
I don't want to. I don't want to talk about that on the podcast. Abort.
Okay.
Abort.
All right.
All right then.
So weeks.
Eject.
I'll go first.
Fuck yeah, you will.
I played a couple of new games. I played R-Type Final 2, which is a terrible title, but whatever. Something I don't bring up much. I actually kind of like shumps, but I don't like bullet hells. There's a very narrow action shooter definition I enjoy, and R-Type was it, basically. R-Type Raiden, Philiosoma, probably other games, but whatever. R-Type Final was the shit. I put a lot of hours into it, and then they were like, hey, we did it again. We kickstarted, and now we have another The End, and I bought it because I like R-Type. And it's 50 Shades of okay. It's not as good as the first final. Um, good lord,
Scale of thumbs, dude. Let's go.
this it's so aggravating. It's genuinely fun. Like something about like it's not really trial and error, but it's like learning patterns and going further each time, and some parts are just so very frustrating, and then but then like getting past it is like a sigh of relief fun. So it's hard to it's a feeling I haven't had playing video games in a long time. So even though it's not as good as R-Type Final, I would still probably give it a thumb up. And then the other hand is missing. Who knows where it went? It's not horizontal. It's not down. It's not up. It's just there's just a single thumb up. We've modified the scale even further.
On the other hand, is a stump.
Yeah,
You
it's,
can't. What the fuck is this? There has to be 2 thumbs, dude.
fine.
Come on.
I'll do down, thumb up, thumb down,
Wow.
because
Wow.
it doesn't do anything I would say that's like offensive, but the fact that it's only a couple levels long. Um, it's not as good as R-Type Final. There's not as many R fighters. Um, the intro scene is hysterical in how like kind of they got the cheapest voice actress in the world because everything is delivered with the same clean tone, like whether it's catastrophic or just commonplace, and you're giving exactly one RPG interaction where after she asks if you're good, you could either do a thumbs up, a salute, a nod, or even though you're both wearing faceless helmets, you could wink at her and she just looks at you confused before floating away. I thought that was very funny. But yeah, I really like R-Type, and then this is not the best R-Type game I played, and this is probably the last one, so that sucks. Thus, thumb down. But the gameplay and the ships and the unlocking and stuff, it's good. Thumb up. The other game I played was Dual Gear. This has been a game that's been on my radar for a long time because it's a mech game. Um, I thought it was Front Mission, and then it turns out it's Valkyria Chronicles with mechs, so that's fine.
Ooh, I like
Um,
Chronicles.
I mean, I have a problem. First off, like, so this one is a sideways, two sideways thumbs. I'm very like maybe even a thumbs down sideways thumb because I was like excited to get this game. It's been on my wish list for a while, and then it was on like a bit of a sale, and I was like, okay, yeah, let me pick it up. And man, it's like barely translated. All the portraits suck. This plot sucks. But the gameplay is fine. I find the biggest problem with like Valkyria Chronicle like gameplay is that it should just be turn based because when it's your turn and that you can move into position to fire, but the enemy can shoot at you. Tactically, all you really do is just shoot as quick as possible, and
True.
there's no real like deeper strategy, or you just avoid everything and like run past it if it's objective based, because it just makes more sense. Um, but it is neat that you could just kind of dodge the projectiles and stuff like that. But it's whatever.
I
It's
haven't played Valkyria Chronicles in quite a hot minute, but I recall that when I did play it, and I kind of let it get away from me, but when I did play it, I liked it a lot. I thought the gameplay was kind of cool.
it's neat. I don't know. I just because of how at least I interact with it, I would rather just stand up strategy RPG turn based. But I really really like strategy RPGs, so I'm very opinionated when it comes to that. So sideways thumb down that. I saw the Mortal Kombat movie, and I didn't like it. um, Kano is the only good thing about that movie. The fight scenes were shot very poorly, I think. There were a lot of cuts, I guess to like pep up the tempo, but to me, it was like, I want to see the guy's punch. Can I see the guy's punch? I don't want these angles and these repositioning cuts. It kind of ruins the flow of things for me. I don't give a
That's
shit.
called getting around showing too much of the choreography.
Yeah, I guess.
A lot of fast cuts in an action scene. What that means is they have to show less of what the actors are actually doing. It's kind of a smoke and mirrors thing, to make the action scenes seem like they're doing stuff that's like super impressive.
Hmm.
It's like if you go back, I remember someone pointing this out about like Oberyn versus the Mountain in Game of Thrones. And it's like there is like when he's doing a lot of the spinny shit at the start, if you really watch it with like an eye for the cinematography, you notice a lot of like jump cuts and shit because
Yep.
they're trying to like get around showing a little too much of like the overly acrobatic shit, so you don't see the fuck ups in it.
Yeah. Like,
That's
and I understand the purpose for it, and it's fine, but it's just like there's one in particular where I think it's bland named character. Like he gets like a leg lock on Liu Kang or something because they're training, and then it cuts, and they're both like then like 5 feet away from each other, standing, and I was like, what? Wait, what happened? Hold on. Like it was just
There's something about that sentence that just made me crack up. He got Liu Kang in a leg lock.
pretty much. I honestly didn't think the main character was that bad.
He's fucking terrible.
I mean, he adds absolutely nothing to the story, and there's no reason for him to be there. I'm not gonna try to argue that,
True.
but I don't know. He was just so basic that I couldn't really even hate him. Like he was inoffensively bland. He was
There
boring.
wasn't much to hate.
Yeah, there wasn't enough to hate.
Maybe for you.
Fair enough. But yeah, the
Okay,
opening
well.
fight scene, and I even thought the ending fight scene, they were both pretty good. And everything else sucked.
A weird hatred for the man still bothers me because I don't understand it.
He's not.
I understand it.
It's not interesting.
I
Like they
just
look.
don't
The
share it.
amount of characters in
Mhm.
Mortal Kombat that have been established over fucking decades, and they pull a random original character out their ass who isn't even that interesting. Like, hey, I'm Guy. I have step kid and girlfriend, and I am part of the Scorpion bloodline. Spoiler, by the way.
Which that doesn't make sense, by the way.
Yeah, and then also I get metal body.
You know what? I like that. I kind of hate. Okay, so I like tonfas as a weapon. I don't think that they're used enough in media because they're pretty cool. Um, I like that his entire power was that he gets the shit kicked out of him on the regular, so his power reflects that. That was kind of funny, and I like that. But then he also
also
has
like-
dumb tonfas, and it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that too.
why?
Like they make no reference at all. He's an MMA fighter, and he's apparently not even that good of a one. Like he's like okay. I think like he had like one fight where they was like, "Yo, you beat up the champ," and then he just got the shit kicked out of him for the rest of his career. And then he's just like, "Oh, now I'm just because I unlocked my power, I can use these tonfas no problem."
Yeah, there
like
was
a
no
fucking pro.
illusion or like past where it was like he didn't put some tonfas away in his locker or he didn't have tonfas. And he knows how to use them. I also thought that was weird where it's like the first thing is like, okay, he's like a competent fighter, but he's not great, and he kind of just gets his ass kicked. And then when they're all like training in the temple, they're like, you're quite skilled. And I was like, wait, this is the guy who gets his ass kicked all the time.
Yeah. He gets paid to get his ass kicked.
Versus the
Like,
two Shaolin monks who this has literally been their life, and they're complimenting him. I think it was mostly to just piss Kano off, which that's fair. But
like again, they could have literally removed him. They could have fucking Jax and Sonya Blade could have like headlined that movie as the main characters.
not that
and it
Sonya
would have
Blade. Holy shit.
still even her. Like I didn't have that much of a problem with her, honestly.
Oh, she was so nothing though. Like she was for me, I disliked the Sonya Blade more than the main character because it's like the main character literally appearing from the ether to be boring, sure. But like they took Sonya Blade and it was like I worked in the special forces. I'm obsessed with the MK tournament, but I know nothing about it. That's it. I will now be in fights occasionally, and my characterization does not go anywhere beyond that. Even though I'm Sonya fucking Blade. Like, that annoyed me.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. I don't know. I don't know what else to add to it, but
Who
my
was the
point
character
being,
that you...
Cole sucked. He was
Yeah,
boring. His powers sucked. Could have had the movie without him and gotten the same worth, same value. Could have
so,
saved themselves having to cut that paycheck.
yeah. Probably wasn't a big paycheck, let's be
Yeah, I
fair.
was gonna say I'm fairly certain his paycheck was probably modest.
I did like the more subtle of the Easter eggs, because there's a lot of obvious ones where it's like, oh, there's Katana's fans. Okay. But like when Kato's introduced and then for no reason his like the character select Badung is like very quietly in the background and it's like, okay, that's fun. Neat. Um but yeah, it's the remix of the theme was terrible. I didn't like that movie. It's a sideways thumb for like the one or two fights that were cool and then a thumb down for everything else. Everything else sucked. Oh,
Harsh review.
yeah.
Damn.
Who was the character that Brandon got spoiled on? Which one of the two? Or the three, I guess.
Cabal.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
Cabal is so fucking cool in this movie.
Yeah, that was one of the things I liked a lot. They did Cabal really good.
Cabal and Kano are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't mind spoiler that. I'm not even going to do a spoiling tag because he's in a damn poster. Because they kept that secret, I guess, up until the release. Oh, yeah, and Jesus Christ, yeah. It's weird that Cabal is the only one of them that got any characterization. Of all the villains, there's like not even a word about anyone. Even saying Sun, like they don't even go into like, oh yeah, he steals souls and stuff. He just kind of like stands around menacingly, and then he. But like, and no one else has any characterization except for Cabal and Kano, which I don't know how you decide that as the writers, where it's like, who are we gonna characterize? Oh, these two.
It does seem
Whatever.
strange. It seems like you would want to explain more about these characters for someone who's like walking into the movie with no prior Mortal Kombat knowledge.
Yeah,
Like it seems
they
like it was written
absolutely.
just being like fuck those people. Like the
Oh
people who
yes.
know MK, they know these characters,
Maybe
they'll
again,
get it.
do we think this is a classic example of writers and producers and directors actually not knowing the source material and just getting a broad synopsis and then making
Oh,
something from it?
You know what?
I
I honestly
don't
think
know.
it's the reverse. I think they know the source material, which is why they didn't write fucking anything about it in the movie.
But they have to be once again, it's hard for me to contribute too much to this because I still haven't seen the movie to completion. But um regardless of how much you know about the source material as a writer, like you still have to have the common sense to know that like there's someone out there who's going to watch this who doesn't know the backstory of like every single one of these fucking characters
Yeah,
by heart, you
yeah.
know?
If you haven't like immerse yourself in Mortal Kombat, if this is going to be like your first brush with Mortal Kombat, you're gonna hate Mortal Kombat. That's what this movie's gonna do, because
It's
it's
just like
nothing's
it's
gonna make
strange. Like
sense.
they like you would think they would take that into consideration. It screams to me of they just didn't give a fuck. Like
I mean,
let's market the
they
movie to people who know
mention
about MK.
they mention like Kano mentions the Black Dragon like 3 or 4 times, but then doesn't describe anything about it,
Are
its
you
motives,
serious?
or anything. So it's like they just name drop shit. The entire movie is just like they're referencing and talking about, but like they talk around it. If you don't know it, which I don't know how you couldn't know it, maybe that's a weird sign of the times.
Yeah, they do that a lot, don't they? Like,
Yeah, oh, like
fucking
crazy.
the end of the movie, like they go through the whole movie, they don't mention the Shia Ryu at all, and then literally like Scorpion, like for the Shia Ryu, and
Yeah.
it's like, wait, what?
They literally don't mention it. Fucking Bihan even says for the Lin Kuei twice, but they don't describe that at all.
Yeah, true.
Again, Shang Tsung exists. I don't think they even really name him until like halfway through the movie. Melina has a whole bunch of different implications. The backstory here, she just is there.
Yeah,
And
she's just there, and no one. They say her name like once, like,
Yeah.
and that's it. No one talks to her or anything.
That's just shitty writing, right? Like that's all that has to be. It's just a bunch of people got into a writer's room. They were like, we don't feel like in the time constraint of the movie, like how long this fucking thing is supposed to be. We just don't feel like writing all these characters' backstories into the plot to explain it to someone who doesn't get it. So let's just market it to people who already get it. So that, and then they'll just be like, it's like Red Letter Media making fun of like, I clapped for this, like when people are just referencing shit in like the new Star Wars
I
movies.
say that,
it's like that.
but they have all this establishing setup for the main character who is new to the series.
That's true. That makes no fucking sense.
So,
but then
like,
that's another complaint. Then like
Yeah.
get him the fuck out of the movie and actually explain like what the Black Dragon is or what the Shirai Ryu is and all that shit.
it's fucking, it makes no sense. And things change scene to scene too, because it's like, again, Kano kind of like gets his ass kicked the whole movie until he surprises a bad guy, and then he's a good fighter for until the good guys need to win, and I didn't.
I
Like
just can't
I
wait
did
for
not
the
like
next
the
movie where
No.
cyber ninjas just show up and they have no fucking like reference to why
They don't
that
even
happened.
explain like the cyber program for the Lin Kuei. It's
No.
just like a hard cut. Cyrax jumps through a window.
It wouldn't even
And,
be
like-
Cyrax. It'll be like Sector. Like they would get like one of like the third. I can't wait for like Smoke and Rain to show up, and just not be
With
even
no
talked to.
explanation.
Yeah.
Doesn't even bother explaining what like Adenia is or anything
Yeah,
like
no,
that. It's
no,
just
not
like
at all.
Rain shows up. It's putting people in bubbles. No one gives a fuck. No one knows what's happening.
They
I
actually
mean,
don't
in a
even
way,
drop his name until
in a
after
way,
he's dead.
they don't have to because like they completely like cut Katana out of the movie.
Yeah,
so,
that
like,
was so strange when I saw fucking Katana's fan. And I was like, wait, she should be in this movie. What is?
Yeah,
How
so
do you
like,
have Mortal
so like
Kombat
Adenia
without
and all that
Katana?
stuff, and like all that lore, and especially with Melina being a thing. Like, it's
Yeah.
who the fuck knows what is actually like.
How
the
dare
point,
they just have
like, going
statues
on.
of Shao Kahn? What the fuck?
Yeah,
I didn't like that movie at all.
there were redeeming qualities.
That's what
for
the
me,
whore thumb
but
is for.
like I
Those-
said, I had a thumb up because those things that were good, and I enjoyed them.
They didn't
And then
make
I
up
had
for the
that
rest
like
of the
middle thumb
bullshit.
leaning down. And I mean, yeah, I guess I could say that's probably after digesting the movie and talking about it more. It's probably leaning towards the thumbs down, but I still stand by that
I'll say
review.
for a Cabal and Kano and then all the Easter eggs. That's 2 thumbs up, but then there's the rest of the movie that you
Yeah,
also
yeah.
have to sit through, which turns it into a whore thumb and a thumbs down. Like that's where you end up.
It really does just sound like I clapped when I saw it. Levels of writing. Like that's what it sounds like. It sounds like they were just like, let's stick in all this referential shit. Make people happy who know what MK is. We won't bother explaining anything to the people who don't know what's going on.
I seriously can't put myself in the mind like I need to encounter someone who has like never encountered Mortal Kombat and then sit them down and make them watch this movie just so they could be like, what the fuck is happening?
I mean, a lot of people haven't encountered Mortal Kombat, or they're encountering it like halfway through, like with MK like 9.
Well, I mean, 9 was kind of like a reboot, so like that's
Yeah,
kinda
even if
okay.
you've encountered it from
Mm.
9, you get a lot of the story because they started over
Yeah.
essentially.
Oh yeah,
So you
I
pretty
think
much get everything.
like my little brother, he just got MK10, and he's playing that.
Oh, that's rough. But I mean, it's doable. I think all that the games, I mean, they have the benefit of being much longer than a movie, so they have that kind of lore. But I mean, like someone like out from the cold just watches this movie will not enjoy it, probably, or maybe they will enjoy it because it's like, wow, this is a dumb action film. This Australian guy's pretty funny. I like that robot looking dude.
Next movie, Cole's gonna get ripped in half, and then a flying sword comes out, and Kenshi's just there.
No, next movie, Kotal Khan's gonna step on screen, and then Cole's gonna turn him into a paraplegic in like 5 seconds.
Oh my god. I'm trying to think of like who is the worst person that was in. If fucking the next movie just Air Max shows up
With no
with
explanation.
no
They're gonna be
explanation.
next movie. They're gonna be in like fucking like Netherrealm doing all this shit, and all of a sudden Aaron Black's just gonna be there. What up?
No, it won't
Some
even make
dude with
sense
gun.
within the lore. It'll be like Quan Chi and Aaron Black just like show up and are doing shit. Oh man. Like it's that levels of like no explanation and just Jesus, I want to
For
stop.
Yeah,
Rock was a good guy.
that'll be how they get Kotal Khan in, because Aaron Black was in Outworld and MKX, so working with Kotal. So there you go.
Yeah, which they
Fucking
totally could do technically, because I mean Cabal was in fucking Outworld, so like
Yeah, right now they haven't touched on the Netherrealm, which is crazy to say considering Scorpion and Sub-Zero are major parts of this movie, but whatever, it's fine.
no Quan Chi reference in this
No.
movie.
no.
Damn, he'll be the major
Actually,
antagonist of the second movie.
according to this lore, Scorpion just went to hell and he just kind of hung out there.
Yeah, and he
being mad.
mastered hell.
Yeah, he mastered hell
What?
because he was so
All right,
mad.
you guys are spoiling me on shit, and I honestly don't even give a fuck. Because
shouldn't.
that sounds dumb as hell.
That's why I'm talking about it, because it's like completely different and it's dumb and stupid. Like they don't even explain what's going on with Bihan, because you see him 300 years ago and then he says that he's Sub-Zero with zero context of what occurred within 300 fucking years.
Yeah, true.
Because I watched my dad watched a reviewer and he mentioned that he was like, how is Bihan still alive 300 years later? Because he didn't play the game. So he just for that it's just a plot hole. It's like, why does he look the same 300 years later?
It's the ice, Anthony. It like cryo froze him. Dude, I bet you that's what it is. I bet you some
Shut the
writer was
fuck
just like, well, he's icy, so it's like cryo freezing. He could
He
live.
doesn't age.
But they didn't even throw out that type of line. I don't mind if they put something in new if it's wrong to the lore, but at least mention something.
It's like I said, right? Like this movie, in theory, once again, I haven't seen the movie yet, but if I watched it and there was a bunch of dumb shit in there that like didn't actually apply to like Sub-Zero or Scorpion from the games, I'd almost hand wave it and be like, whatever, because you already have Cole in the fucking movie, who
Right.
doesn't exist anyway. So it's already like all fucked up and weird just by the inclusion of an OC that never fucking existed
Yep.
in the games. So like, fuck it, whatever.
Also, why couldn't like Raiden do anything? Raiden.
The
I
Elder
mean,
Gods?
that's kind of within MK lore. Because he's always upset.
Does he have
because
to
everyone's
consult the Elder
breaking
Gods?
The rules and yeah, the Elder Gods.
Did they
don't
even
do
mention
shit.
the Elder Gods?
I think they no.
You have Raiden in a movie and he doesn't consult the Elder Gods once? Are you serious?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my god. What a fuck up.
He mentions that there's rules, but I don't think he describes.
I think the
it's
only
because-
mention of Elder Gods was maybe like in the intro on the writing when they were like I think there might have been a part that was like they made a tournament.
Yeah, I don't think I remember anything about the Elder Gods, which is honestly they don't really do much in the lore anyway. But that's
No, but Raiden has to go ask them for permission to do stuff, and
That's
then they have
true.
to say no. It's an important part of Raiden's lore.
oh yeah, I forgot about
This
that.
fucking
That
Elder
entire
God dick.
ending. Okay, so this part I can't describe, but needless to say, it doesn't work if within that frame, which is probably why they weren't mentioned at all. Anyway, I'm done talking about that.
Yeah, but like all right, so like I feel wasn't a plot point that like oh we can't cheat in the fighting but we could cheat prior to the tournament.
Yeah, that was the argument.
And Raiden was talking all this good shit about I can't interfere, but they can, which made zero fucking sense.
And
And
then
then all
he
he does is like
interferes.
boot up his generator, and
Yeah.
then he does nothing else.
What?
He has a magic force field, Brandon.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Which is powered by a generator.
What are you talking
No,
about?
it's powered by a staff. Come on.
What are you saying to
It's a
me right
fucking
now, dude?
generator.
What are you saying? Why? What?
All the Raiden does in this movie is I did like Raiden's characterization in this, where he's just kind of like sick of it, and he hates everyone.
Yeah, he's like, you sons of bitches.
Yeah,
Just
like
get
they
the
show
fuck
up
outta
for
here."
training, and he's like, "You all suck. We don't have time. This is what I have to fucking work with. Are you serious?" And I kind of like that angle. But then yeah, he does nothing. The bad guys show up, and they're like, "We're gonna kill you all," and then he's like, "Nah," and he puts up a shield, and then that's all he does in the
But that's
movie.
powered by a generator.
What am I listening to, dude?
And then they break the generator and it stops working.
Break the staff.
He has no power without his generator.
It was the
What are you
staff. though.
talking about? Raiden's generator.
He doesn't even go or anything.
Oh yeah, that biggest sin of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, he doesn't do anything. He just kind of like teleports people around. Well, whatever. Okay, look, the movie's bad. That's it. I'm done talking about this.
What a shame, dude.
It was. It really was.
What a chance. What a chance to have a movie that just like blows Annihilation out of the water.
If you need to watch a Mortal Kombat movie, there's something that was released in '95 that you should check out. Otherwise,
Jay Bauman would
move
tell you
on.
not to watch it, but we'll tell you to watch it.
You watch it. It's currently the best Mortal Kombat
Mm.
movie. Admittedly, very low bar, but still the best.
It's true. There was only 2 before this, and one of them is a train wreck.
That was my week. I didn't really do anything else. I'm trying to think if I did anything else. I did not do anything else.
They're gonna be Raiden's gonna teleport them to some forest, and Cole's gonna be fighting, and he's gonna get his head chopped off, and then Nightwolf just shows up.
With
did-
no explanation.
They
No
did
explanation.
reference Nightwolf in this movie.
Wait, what?
Yeah, when he's
Oh
look-
yeah, don't they? Don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
when he's looking at like what was it? It's just Sonya Blade's like mural of Mortal Kombat research. Like she's trying to hunt down a serial killer. Just one of them is like it's like a sketch too. It's really weird. It's like a chalk drawing of like
Yeah.
Nightwolf is just there.
Cole Khan's gonna be kicking ass, and all of a sudden he's gonna get shot down by Stryker.
Dude,
Striker and his
okay,
block.
no
His block's
lie.
on screen.
If you really want to do like a Mortal Kombat movie from the eyes of like an everyman, like even more everyman from Johnny Cage, just use Stryker. I would pay
I'm a cop.
to see
What the fuck
a
is going on?
fucking Stryker movie so bad. I like Stryker unironically.
Yeah, see, the problem is like
Stop
90%.
resisting.
Oh, yeah.
No.
All right, the current political
No,
climate
dude.
might not be the
No.
greatest, but
Oh, no.
Oh my
beyond
God.
that,
Striker just punching Asian people in the Mortal Kombat tournament, screaming, "Stop resisting!" Not gonna go over well.
it makes sense that he would have tonfas. He knows how to use.
Punching and shooting in the Mortal Kombat tournament.
Oh, and God forbid he puts a knee on someone's neck.
He puts a knee on Jax.
Oh my God.
I was trying so hard not to make that joke.
I
I was
couldn't
just
help
gonna.
it.
I was just gonna skirt around that one.
I couldn't help it.
I
And
was
that
just gonna beat
somehow
around that
leads
bush.
to Jax losing his arms from police brutality. That's how Jax loses his arms.
Someone's gonna burn down movie theaters. Don't do this.
That would be. Oh God. Oh. Oh.
If they make a second movie, will they just continue to not explain anything?
I
Who knows?
guarantee it.
I mean, if it's the same director, probably not.
Like, will Shao Kahn just like walk on screen with zero explanation
Yeah, and it'll be even
whatsoever?
weirder because there were so many fucking statues of him. Like if they didn't describe Shang Tsung and he's like the apex bad guy, they're not gonna explain Shao Kahn. They're not gonna any
I
any
just
fucking
can't
bad
wait
guy
for
shows up.
another like second movie comes around, and then all of a sudden we get a second Melina, and they don't explain.
Well, I
Can't
feel
wait.
like there'll be a toss away line.
Because like that's probably gonna happen.
It's gotta. Well, maybe not. There, Shang Tsung does drop a so characters die in this. I won't go into specifics, but Shang Tsung does drop a line where it's like, "But that didn't matter." Like, he's like, "Death is only the beginning," which could mean anything. Any of those characters
Oh
can
my
come back.
god. Do you think they're setting up revenants
I
for a
Why
second
would-
guess.
movie?
Why would Shang Tsung be
It-
setting
shut
that
up.
up?
What does it matter? We've already explained
true.
that they fucked a bunch of other shit up.
Yeah, true.
Because
they haven't even
because
mentioned
now
Quan Chi,
now they
so-
don't have now they don't have to hire a different guy to be Quan Chi.
Just fuck it,
Oh
have
my
Shang
god!
Tsung
If
do
they
it.
just like fucking, they just write out Quan Chi and that whole storyline, and they just make Shang Tsung do Revenants. Holy fuck! That would fuck the story up.
It's already fucked, man.
Well, he's the soul guy, so he could do the Revenants. We don't need to pay that other actor.
Fuck it. And that's a lot of makeup. That's a lot of budget on makeup
Yeah,
for
we
Quan
we
Chi.
don't have that much like powder.
You
we don't feel like
gotta do it
doing
by
that.
baby powder. just dump baby powder on a guy.
There's
And
no
make sure
room
he's
in the
bald.
budget.
Maybe some eye makeup,
We
some
have-
heavy black eyeliner.
We have whiteout. That's all
I
we
could-
got.
I can turn myself into Quan Chi right now.
Just
with
jump
a
in
pair
the
of
swimming
scissors.
pool.
The only reason we have this whiteout is because we've been whiting out massive sections of the backstory from the advisory script.
Massive sections of the script.
Yeah.
Every day we walked in. So now we'll fill this swimming pool with it, and we just need you to jump in there, come out, learn these lines. You're Quan Chi now.
We wear these pasties though. We have to make sure that your nipples are not painted. It's the only part of your body that has to remain a color. We've talked about this too long. Someone fucking go next. I'm tired.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, weeks. I'll go because mine's pretty quick. My week has been it's been all right on the non-exciting, non-video game front. Work and not work because I've been cutting my hours and it sucks. I've been finishing up school, which I definitely did not give myself enough time to like complete my finals. So I've been staying up till like 4 a.m. doing
Nice.
schoolwork like every night, and it sucks.
That's why they
Luckily-
cut your hours. They knew.
Yeah, they didn't cut it on the days I kind of needed it though.
Oh, good.
So I've been finishing all that up, and I am happy to say I got them in all on time of varying quality levels, but that's what I do. I hand things in half-assed, and I get good grades all the time. And I only have one more 2-page paper to finish before midnight tonight, and submit that, and then I'm done for the summer.
Nice.
So that's good. That's going on with me and the non-video game world. In the video game world, I played some Legends of Runeterra, more card games, a little bit of Hunt with Brando and BB. And then just really been chilling playing a lot of Isle, actually, because that new update came out. That
Nice.
added the flyers and the swimmers and all that, those dinos.
The swimmies.
And it's been cool. There's I guess it depends when and what server you're playing on. There's a nice little toxic nature to that game.
I've read that before in people's Steam reviews that some of the community members are a little toxic on
Yeah.
some servers.
Yeah, and you got to watch. Like there was a wide range of dickheads that I met when the update dropped. for the most part, the stress test that gave like early access to the update was pretty actually chill because everyone was there just looking at the new stuff, trying it out. No one was like tryharding the game. Then the public, which I mean, the stress test was public too, but like I guess more people who didn't do that got their hands on it, and they were just massive assholes. Like you couldn't even live. Everyone was just killing each other every time they saw someone. It was fucking crazy. But that died down a bit. And I will neither confirm nor deny that if I definitely ruined people's day. Just before this cast started, I definitely ruined someone's day. So when you're like in the water and you're playing as the crocodile now, the Deinosuchus, the water's pretty blurry. Like you can't really see. It's very murky and stuff. You see better than any other like creature, of course, but it's still kind of you can't see too far ahead of you. To compensate for that, they have like a water sense where like something within a certain radius that's moving in the water will like put out like a bluish aura. So but you never really could tell the size. So when you come up on something like that, it could be a small fish or it could be like a full-grown player the size of a fucking truck. I had one of those moments where I was trolling the riverside looking for something to eat. You know, I was getting kind of hungry. I tend not to like cannibalize people of the same species if I can't help it, you know. But I was getting below half health, half hunger.
I seriously want to clip that entire like sentence.
I zoned out. I didn't
Because
even.
without context, that was amazing.
What did I say?
You're just how you're like, you know, I was just hanging out and I was getting a little peckish. And normally, I'm not much of a cannibal, but it's pretty amazing. Anyway, continue.
So I was just bolting, sprinting up the river, and I saw one of those blue marks, you know, pop up in the water, and I didn't know the size of it. As soon as I got the single inkling that it was small, and there was two of them, and they were swimming, I just chomped, and it was a dude of the same species. And I probably just ruined about 2 hours of his gameplay.
Nice.
Because it takes like 5 hours to grow that creature to full size. And it was immediate. I know he didn't see me coming because you can't. All you see is the blue. And then by the time I came in the focus, that's it. The chomp happened and he was on the death screen. There was no hope. There was no stop. There was no looking. There was no debating. I was just full on sprinting and just chomped him. And he didn't know what happened. And after I felt really bad because I'm like, wow, he's probably fucking mad.
So what you're saying is you Tarkov'd him
Yeah.
in the Isles, everything.
Yeah, I just fucking just shot him right in the eyes.
Yeah, that's an Isle head eyes.
Yeah. And he lost all his progress. Just like Tarkov.
Head eyes.
That's a rough one.
But you know, it's a survival game, you know. He shouldn't have been swimming in the middle of the river like that, ballsy. There's always
it's on him.
He will never do that again, I assure you.
It's always a bigger fish. Besides that, for video gaming, I think that's pretty much it. I haven't really done much. I've been wanting to like get the Stellaris DLC and like start playing around with that, but I just haven't brought myself to it yet. Not that I don't want to. It's just I guess I've just been so busy.
Did you watch Invincible yet?
I started episode 1.
Nice.
And literally today, and then like dinner was ready, so I stopped it, and then I came here.
Ah.
So I started it.
So it's your fault that he hasn't watched more.
And I'm about maybe like 20 minutes in on the first episode. I don't know if this is an issue with on my end or with the show. Maybe Anthony, you could confirm. Is it like low? Do the people's talking seem low compared to the action because I have trouble hearing. Like I got to turn the fucking TV all the way up to hear them speak, and then when the action starts, I got to like turn it down.
I haven't noticed anything like that.
I've noticed that. Maybe like I said, maybe it's a problem on my end, but nothing
That's
else is
odd.
like that.
I don't know what would even cause that
Yeah, especially because
on
that's
your
like
end.
nothing else is doing that.
Hmm.
Oh, I have to say, because Rob asked me which was my favorite character in that first opening sequence, and the fish guy is definitely my favorite.
He's pretty good.
Like all I know is I was like, oh, cool, budget Justice League,
Yep.
and then the fish guy was there, and I'm like, all right, this guy seems pretty cool.
There's gonna be a part in a bit where he gets like summoned, and he's literally just like sitting in the water looking bored, and then he's like, "Oh boy, there's trouble." It's pretty funny.
Some action, yeah.
But I
Yeah,
plan
it's
to.
literally.
I have another 2 days off of work because fuck my life. I'm not making money. Um,
You don't need it.
I plan to probably not finish Invincible. I'm probably not going to finish 8 episodes in 2 days. I mean, I could, but I probably won't. I also have to watch the Dota anime. I plan on doing that. We'll see if that happens.
I watched it, of course. It had a good. I thought it was a good season finale.
All right.
My dad
No.
didn't like it as much, but we watched it together, and but I liked it. I thought it was good.
Well, it's good to be good.
I think so.
Well, I'm excited. I've had a few things not spoiled for me per se because YouTube's a motherfucker. But like I've seen certain things happen, but I don't know like the context or kind of the conclusion of anything.
Mm.
So I'm still relatively spoiler free. So I'm excited. That was basically my week.
Nice.
Cool beans. Me or you, Robert?
I'll go. I mostly spent my week doing um, basically the same stuff: Legends of Runeterra, some League. I play a little bit of Minecraft Dungeons.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a bit, but there was an update.
I didn't know
So
you played that at all.
yeah,
I
I
think
played
you
it when it
mentioned it
first.
before.
Yeah, I have mentioned it before on the cast.
I forgot.
Oh, small aside. Uh, my backup drive failed, so I no longer have like any of the podcasts,
Oh,
which is fine. They're on the internet now.
Damn.
Whoops. Turns out Seagate Barracudas don't like water. Um,
What?
that's the going theory. But
What do you mean?
it's not important, nor is it by week. There's a
That doesn't
replacement.
sound. That doesn't sound like failure. That sounds like I dipped it in water.
No, there was it was
sabotage.
clearly its fault.
Yes.
It shouldn't have looked so thirsty, Brandon.
How did you hold on?
hang on a second.
What
I
happened?
realized I was being an adult, but we'll get to that in a second. We will fucking interrogate you on that in just a
Oh
second.
God. Okay.
I
I
will
need to know.
interrogate you with anything else.
All
I
right.
want to know how it wound up in the wadi.
I was being an adult because I'm planning like a 2 week cross country drive, driving all the way to Arizona
You
and back.
plotting a course?
Yeah, making sure the car is all ready.
Are you
When are you doing that?
Hmm?
When are you doing that?
In like a week or two.
Damn.
are you
Yeah.
doing anything fun regarding the drive, or are you like visiting any kind of like tourist sites on the way, or are you
We're
just
definitely
going there?
definitely gonna be looking around and stuff, but don't know if we're not we have nothing in mind. Just when we drive and we feel tired, we're gonna be like, hey, is there anything fun around this area?
Hmm.
More or less how we're going about it. So we'll be leaving either the 15th, so we have the weekend to drive, or we'll be leaving the 17th.
You better watch. Arizona's going to explode soon.
Well, then will be one hell of a trip.
Sorry, what?
Trip of a lifetime, if you would.
There's something I don't know about. Is there going to be like a Gundam level colony drop on Arizona? Like, what's going on?
I mean, it's a political thing.
I can't describe
Do you not know what's going on in Arizona?
how happy I was that you made that reference, Brandon.
I colony drop.
I'm sorry, Ed. I'm sorry.
It's like the one thing that I consistently remember about Gundam.
Almost all of them do it, so you're not wrong.
No, I legitimately don't know what you're referencing in regards to Arizona exploding, or I do, and I'm just brain farting right now. And
Is
you'll say
they're
like that.
doing like a recount or something, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, they've been doing recounts for the past, like, what has it been, 6 months?
Something like that.
And now they're at the point of like getting people to recount who were literally taking place in like the Capitol riot. So
Oh, nice.
Well, I mean, if they voted and they're recounting, I mean, you can't not recount those people. I have a feeling they didn't change their vote.
no. I mean, the people who were physically there are going there and
Are
counting
doing
the
the
votes.
recount, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Very
That's
nice.
good.
Hopefully.
No bias there.
Absolutely not. But yeah, I've just got that. I'm getting the adult shit out of the way. Get that trip out of the way, and have some fun. Otherwise, been being a normal person and just playing the fast and quick, satisfying games, as Richie put it.
There you
Instant
go.
gratification. Super stoked for the Legends of Runeterra update that came out today.
Get hype.
I am still processing the update. I think some things are grossly overtuned, but I guess that's every card game that comes out with a new set. It's power creep. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it just came out today. I guess let it sit for a bit.
That's literally because you fucking hate Irelia.
I don't hate. I like the concept. I hate it in practice because it just seems grossly overtuned. It just like if there was a power build, that's the power build now.
No, the power build used to be fucking spiders. Now it's Irelia.
Yes, and I had issues with the spiders as well, but I don't know. Like I said, it's just basic power creep in any card game. But it just seems like that's the strongest aspect of the new stuff. So, again, maybe I'm wrong. Came out today. I guess we'll find out.
Everything you just said is Japanese to me.
Ching chong.
It can't be everything. I just mentioned general card game power creep.
Yeah, well, other than that, other than the concept of power creep,
I want that to be a card.
power creep.
General card game power creep. Character.
What are the rules on that card? It's like every time a new set comes out, this card gets like X stronger.
He gains whatever new ability is in that set. Just add it to the card.
Over and over until the end of time.
Yeah. So on release, he's like, I'm gonna use magic euphemisms because I play magic. He's gonna be like 7 mana, and he does nothing. But like at the end of it all, he's gonna be really impressive.
Yeah, he has the rule book thrown
He's
out.
literally made for modern and no other game type. Maybe Legacy.
Is that your week, Rob, or is there more?
My week.
All right, cool beans. Mine, I'm low energy this week, and my week isn't that complicated, so this will be short. Apex update came out yesterday. That was cool. I've been playing that. Not as much as I would like to have played it because the servers were completely fucked up for most of the day yesterday. So I didn't get to start playing until like 9. But it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I think a lot of the balance decisions that they made, I'm not going to sit here and read fucking patch notes, but I think a lot of the decisions they made are quite good. I think I think in my opinion, I could be wrong here, but I feel like I had read way back, and I don't feel like researching it now to make sure if I'm right. But I think at like the start of season 7, I had read a story that said Respawn was essentially forming like a sub studio to like head development on Apex, and I think they're the ones who have been doing it since season 7, which was when Horizon came out. And I'm of the opinion that every hero they've put out now, Valkyrie included, have kind of just been really good. Like not like meta wise, but just like well designed and quite solid, because a lot of the new heroes in Apex, when it was just mainline Respawn doing it, kind of had Overwatch syndrome for me, where most of them were just kind of 50 shades of okay. And you wound up just sort of defaulting to the base roster 99% of the time because they were just stronger. And it's like some of that has been fixed in balance updates since those heroes have come out. Like Loba just, in particular in this patch, like Loba just got a pretty significant buff, which is kind of cool. And shit like that. But I think these people are kind of killing it with the hero releases, because Valkyrie I don't think is going to be like fucking meta anytime soon, but she is fun to play and is effective, and has nice kind of like little intricacies to her play that kind of introduces a little bit of a skill gap or like a skill ceiling for people who will be better with her than others. So she's cool. I like it a lot. The bow is kind of insane. I think that fucking thing is going to get nerfed. It fires so fast, and it does like 70 damage a shot every time you full charge an arrow, and you full charge arrows insanely quickly. So I feel like to some extent it just kind of invalidates shit like the Sentinel, which is just a slow firing like bolt action sniper rifle that does an equivalent amount of damage. So I think the bow is going to get fucking nerfed into the ground at some point. But I'm very much enjoying the update. The bow is hella fun. Valkyrie's sick, and I highly recommend it. I have not yet played Arena because I haven't had a third friend to play the game with
I'm sorry.
since the update's come. It's not just you. It's not just you. You're part of it, but it's not just you. I haven't played with Sean yet.
The boss
I haven't
live.
played. I haven't played with Sean. Matt's been a ghost. I got no one but BB to play Apex with, so I haven't played Arena because I only have one other person, so we just spam duos. But yeah, I like it. I'm enjoying it thus far. I'm sure I'll play it more between this week and next week. What the fuck else did I do? I played some Hunt. There's not much else to talk about on that note. I might play more, but it might get kind of derailed by the Apex update. And I started my Madhouse playthrough of Resident Evil 7 in an attempt to finish it before RE8 comes out tomorrow. I don't know if I will finish it. Maybe if I play it like when we're done doing the podcast, I might actually finish it because I'm pretty much right at the end. I stopped right at the mines on Madhouse. Big ups to fucking Madhouse difficulty because that shit's awesome. I was going into it not expecting too much, and what I got is like a massive remix of the base game in ways that are like super interesting and kind of fuck with you, that are like very intentional. There are enemies that show up so early in Madhouse that would not show up when they do, and it catches you off guard so fucking hard. Like when the four-legged molded shows up for the first time, it's kind of insane. And they operate as like hunters on Madhouse, where they're just so fast and they can like one-shot you if they hit you with like lunging attacks and shit. It's really intense, and like the item mix-up is incredible. Like there's a moment on the normal difficulty where you get the room where you get the grenade launcher on normal. I don't know if you remember this, Anthony, but there's like a bird door with the bird key, but there's these two like slit windows on each side of the door, and you can look through and you can see like, oh, the grenade launcher's in there on top of a box, And it's like, I'm going to come back with the key, I'm going to open this, and I'm going to get it. On Madhouse, you get to that room and you look through and the grenade launcher just isn't there. And that's
Oh,
like your
good.
that's like your first big moment where you're like, oh fuck. Like even if I get the key, it's not here. And there's just like it's shit like that like constantly. And it's really awesome. I actually highly recommend it. It's super fun. I'm hoping I'll finish it tonight before RE8, and then I won't do the DLC because I don't have time. It even improves like the quote unquote shitty parts of the game. Like I don't mind the boat as much on Madhouse because the enemy mix-ups are kind of incredible, and the item mix-ups just makes it like a generally more interesting and exciting and like high stakes version of what was generally kind of a boring part of RE7. That's about it. I feel like I had something else I wanted to talk about, but I don't remember what it is. And Resident Evil 8 comes out tomorrow, and I'm excited about that. So you'll get my fucking RE8 spoiler-free review next week, probably.
Nice. Looking forward to it.
And that's me.
Yay! Now we can do news.
Wait, what? I thought that was it. I thought we were done.
I mean, you could go.
All right, goodbye.
No, wait, hold on. No, hold on, Rob. You forgot something.
No, I didn't.
Do you know what you forgot, Rob?
What did I forget?
How'd the hard drive get in the water, Anthony?
Shit!
Ah, you're right.
That's good.
Shit, I got so mesmerized. Oh,
I didn't.
Let's fucking go,
clever
dude.
girl. Clever fucking girl.
It's
He tried so hard.
look.
But
It's
in the end, it didn't even matter.
it's a barracuda. What was I supposed to think?
Like, tell me.
It's called a sea gate, for Christ's sake. Like what? They should put a warning on the
Do
outside.
not put in full bathtub and
Yeah,
attempt to swim.
yeah. I was just washing my hard drive. No, okay. So what happens is I always keep my drink to my left of me,
Oh no.
and
No, I don't like where this is going already.
I live, and the way my computer is set up is that the hard drive is mounted on the bottom of the case, all the way in the front. And me and my dad get along, and I often show him shit, and without fail, almost every time, and I forget about it too. he he walks in and he takes a big old step, and then my drink is spilled, and that's been going on for a few weeks now. And it was when I uploaded last week's podcast, or the podcast before that, I think. I went to drag it into my backups drive, and then I noticed I didn't have a backups drive. And I've swapped out all the SATA ports and stuff like that, and so it's not the cables. The drive seems to have power. I could hear it spinning, but nothing could see it. So I don't actually know if it's because of water, but that's the only thing I could think of.
So you never saw a beverage get spilled on it? It's just not functioning?
It seems to be not functioning. This is a very new
Okay.
PC, and that was a Seagate fucking Barracuda. It should not have died within this time. As a matter of fact, I could probably warranty it so soon.
Okay. Alright. Well, that was less comical than I was hoping for.
I think I did it as comically as I could. What else could have happened?
In your debacle, Anthony, okay? I'm just disappointed.
How the fuck am I dipping a fucking hard disk drive into, like... I mean, we moved some furniture. Maybe.
I boofed it, and then I took a bath, and I just fucking... I just ruined it, dude.
My
Jizz
hard
all
drive
over
needed a
mouth.
good douching.
Windows said, please douche your hard drive. It's
I wonder if that's
not
ever...
functioning.
Do you think that's ever happened?
No.
No. Probably not.
Really? Never? In the
See,
whole
I'm a
world?
believer in the idea of any insane thing you say that someone like could have done it.
Right.
But douching a hard drive is too specific. I don't even know what that means.
That's pretty. I don't.
How does one douche a hard drive?
Is you take a douche and you use it on your hard drive. Hard drives have been around since the 80s. Douche even longer. So, I
It's
mean,
true.
it's possible. You know.
So in like 40 years, do you think anyone ever had the idea to douche a hard drive?
I don't want to Google it to find out, honestly. I'd rather not. In my mind, it happened.
In your mind. That's all that matters sometimes.
There could have just been an incident where you just happen to be douching near hard drives?
Yeah, that's more believable. And then you accidentally get some spray
Yeah,
from somewhere.
because in that case, a hard drive has still been douched, you know? It just was not nearly as purposeful. Okay, enough of that. We should probably go to
Yeah, enough of
news.
douching a hard drive.
First news story is Riot is recording conversations in Valorant for review for harassment and hate speech.
That's crazy to me.
It's 1984, boys! In video games, oddly enough. In entertainment.
I'll have to skim this on the spot
Like,
before I can give an opinion.
it's crazy. It's crazy to me that like someone can like send in a ticket, say I harassed them, and they're gonna pull up the recording to verify it, and then some board is gonna decide to ban me or not. Like that's insane to me.
That Brian must be making a lot of money to afford to do that.
Riot does make a lot of fucking money.
I mean, I know it does, but that's like that seems like an insane amount of oversight. Because I mean, like
They already make you when you play Valorant sign the pledge to be like a good person. Like why
I fucking forgot
I
about
have a
that, dude.
screenshot of that dude. I'll never forget.
I forgot about that.
Like, are they admitting that their pledge is fucking bullshit and they need to record the conversations in order to hold people accountable? Like, what is this shit?
I'm reading the article to try to understand if the way this works is they're literally just going to be recording voice data from every match that gets played at all times so that they can like go back to it in the event of a report, or if they're going to start recording a player's matches once they've been reported to see if they're like a douchebag. And I'm not sure from the article. It reads like it says that I guess they're just recording everything forever, because they just said that if you get reported, they will go look at the relevant voice data, which makes it sound like you're just going to get recorded
You're
in
just
like
getting
every one of your
recorded.
games.
So
Listen, I don't. You want my honest opinion on this, and it's pretty similar to the way I've talked about other things like this that get brought up whenever we record.
Uh-huh.
I don't really give a fuck because I'm not an asshole. I'm not one of the people
all
like
I'm
spouting
saying,
fucking racial fucking.
all I'm
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah. You know what? Like,
walk
I'm not
into-
either, but at the same time, it's like, what if, like, is that the line? Like, yeah, I'm not spouting racial hatred and N words, but
Well,
all you need are people who are like in charge of those bands to be like, well, he did harass that person saying this thing and it was wrong, so he's getting like a ban. Like,
yeah,
where's the
that's-
line drawn
like
on
You're-
like,
you're- what
people
you're sa-
always jump to the N word, and the N word is very unambiguous in it's bad, but it's always harassment, which that is less defined.
I understand what you guys are saying. I think it's a little too. I think
like
it's
if I'm
too-
on there and some kid is shit talking me, and I want to give him back a little bit, and they say fuck you scrub, you suck, log off. Like is someone gonna report me for that? And I'm not saying I'm gonna get banned for that, especially if he's giving it back.
Well, who knows how
But-
that would be handled? Because
But
what
I'm
you do
just
is
saying,
ban
like,
the kid.
is that gonna be the line then? You know?
I think it's like when we talk about the beef, is this will just evolve being an asshole to like this weird Malkavian like subtle, where it's like you're just saying biting things, but you're not using any bad words and not in any terrible cadence. But it's just
What if it's like a account that is like, it has an age on it, it's a minor, and me being an adult tell a kid to go fuck himself. Like,
also for a fun time, go to your local land zone and just scream the N-word, get everyone banned. It'll be on their logs from their microphone.
Well, if you're hot miking in a video game, you're an idiot.
That's also very fair.
I'm just saying, it's where is the line going to be drawn? I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, you can't allow this because it's a slippery slope. But, it is concerning thinking where this could go.
I'll be that person. I hate this shit. I live in a nightmare world where I know I'm being recorded at all times.
But who gives a fuck? Because I know you're
I
not
do.
the guy on. But you're not the guy on voice.
I
like,
don't
going
need to
in
be. Why are you recording my shit, bro?
Well, they're not gonna listen to you because you're
They
not
might.
saying anything in game that's like
Because
of
now
note.
they got to record the logs. So if someone else says something, they got to look at what I was saying. Doesn't matter.
Not really. They might listen to what you said by proxy because your voice data might be like recorded into one file with the other guy who was harassing someone else in the match, but they're not going to be dissecting what you said. You're just going to be there.
I don't know. And even I don't
Well, I
want them
do
to
know.
listen
That's
to
definitely
it if
how
I
it
am
works.
there.
That's 100% what I just said is factually correct.
Now, hold on, what about this,
hold on,
Brandon?
one guy does
Brandon.
not get reported in a match, and then they're like, let's look at everyone else in that
But
match
Brandon,
to
take
see
this
what they said.
situation though. Say some guy gets reported in the match for harassing behavior. They go through those audio files and they find another guy is doing it but didn't get reported. Are
Right,
they
but
going to
like,
then
yeah.
ban that person?
Don't be a prick. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, just like use in-game voice. Don't call people names and don't be an asshole. I do it every day of my life. It's
Listen, I'm
very
not
simple.
saying I do that, but I like to have the option. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well, now we're getting to the root of the matter, aren't we?
No, it's like, oh, they don't need. I don't know. I understand where Anthony's
I
coming
would,
from.
I would
Why are they
argue.
recording
I would
me? Why are they
arguably
recording me?
say
And where are they
online,
gonna use this recording? It's very ambiguous.
There are times I'm nicer than you. We've been into some spicy MWO matches, you and I never really.
Yeah, but
go
I don't.
there.
But I don't like start it. I'm usually the guy who's. I never start it.
I'm not saying the was not because I was implying that you started, but I was like, would that matter?
Who
Depending
knows?
on
I mean,
this
that's
thing.
part of what we said is like, do they take into account if someone's defending themselves against some asshole, or do they just ban the guy who started it? Like, we don't know. I don't know what their fucking policy is. That's
Again,
one conversation.
What if it's a zero tolerance? Oh, you both did it. You're both banned. Like, it's just maybe not enough information's out about it, but I understand why it could make people a little leery.
It's the kind of thing where they just need to put out like some kind of rule set. They need to put out they need to issue some sort of statement that says, hey, if someone calls you the N-word and you fucking come back at him, like, you're not gonna get banned or you are gonna get banned. Like,
Yeah, it needs to be more
and that's
clear
not
on to like when it will be accessed, when it's recording, what you'll actually be evaluated for.
What I want to know is what if somebody goes absolutely insane and says like they're gonna like commit a crime or something over voice chat and they don't get reported for it, but someone else in the game gets reported for something. And they find out about it, and then they report it. Is that admissible in court?
And then they listen to the voice. They listen to the voice data, but in the background, some other guy that didn't get reported is like, "I'm shooting up a school tomorrow." Like, do they do something with that voice data or what?
Yeah, like I want to know, is that going to be admissible in a court?
That's very
the
interesting,
classic,
Richie.
I'm gonna find out where you live, you little bitch.
That is very interesting.
Listen, I gotta ask the deep questions, all right?
Listen, here's the beauty of modern video games, okay, and why I don't give a shit about this. And MWO is a bit of a rough example because usually I'm playing MWO with like you or somebody else, and it's like funny if like because most people in MWO are very chill, right? But then you run into that one guy that's a little too try hard, and it's like it's kind of humorous if I like come back at him a little bit because he's being a prick and like he kind of deserves it, and I'm not the one that started being a prick. But in like 99% of games that I play, like in Dota or Apex or whatever, the second the instant, and this is a skill that BB should learn because he doesn't have it. But the
Agreed.
instant someone starts being toxic, just use the fucking mute button, dude. It's like immediate. Bam, you're muted. And if you were a big enough prick, like I just report you when the game's over. Cool.
See,
And then it's
I like
like
to hear them though. You know,
I don't. Why? If some guy is complaining because he's like, "Oh, you suck. You're so bad on that hero. You're fucking trash." That makes me play worse because there's like pressure from this dickhead that's like screaming at me in the
I love
match.
just to just hear people get angry though. Like, you know, it's like, wow, you
Yeah,
gotta
I
chill,
don't.
dude.
I definitely don't feed off that, and that's why I use the mute button pretty fucking consistently. That's why I muted the goblin himself once because I just couldn't fucking stand it anymore that particular
I just
night.
like again, you know what? I don't play Valorant, so you know what? Doesn't really
You
matter.
did. You played Valorant once in your life. When are we
Were they
playing Valorant
recording
again?
then?
I don't. Well, I don't think they were. I did sign the pledge though, so I guess I couldn't even if I wanted to.
It's true, you did.
Yeah, we did sign the pledge.
But
Valorant one time as well.
Personally, I don't really give a shit. It's whatever. Like you said, I don't say anything. I'm not toxic. It doesn't affect me. But I understand the point of why is this video game company not only monitoring my speech, but then trying to push me to act a certain way. I get it.
But what does push you to act a certain way mean? Push you to act like not a dickhead? Like that's the
Wear
part where you lose
fucking
me a little.
mask, Richie.
I mean,
That's the part where I get lost. It's like they're pushing me. They are
You know
pushing
what?
me to act like a decent person. And it's like what?
No, I think that's because the definitions of such are so vague. I had a lot of fun when, people were screaming at me about being bad at a video game.
like why couldn't I, if I wanted to, call someone a fuckhead and then have to fear repercussion? You know, it's speech, and it's not necessarily violent speech, so I don't think it should be, monitored.
Richie, I'm so on the opposite side of the fence.
This
that-
is why
that sentence itself.
I miss dedicated servers for this because some people like screaming at each other. That's not my scene, but I don't think those people should be denied video games either.
I can understand the argument when it's like, well, the rules are vague. So what can I get away with saying without being banned? Can I, if I say something that like to me isn't really harassment, but to someone else it is, can I get banned for that? Like if I just
It's
give
like
someone
pressure.
like if I just give someone a little like hint at what I think they should be doing in a match that we're playing, like but it's like nice, it's like positive criticism where I'm like, hey man, don't do that, do this instead. But he interprets it as me being a prick. I get reported. Do I get banned? I can understand that. What I can't understand is the argument of why can't I call someone a fuckhead and not be banned? Because it's like, why is that even a thing? Just don't call people names.
But why exactly? Why is it a thing? But like,
Yeah, but no, your
I
why
hate,
isn't a
I
thing
hate to
is
be this person, but like, because I don't take this argument in a lot of things, but some things I do. It's just like, if I want to call someone a fuckhead, I can call them a fuckhead.
yes, and then you'll get banned. Just don't fucking hit your push to talk and
Why
call
am
people
I
a
getting
fuckhead.
banned for that though?
Because it's not good to would you walk around your daily life, look at some fucking random guy that was doing something you didn't like and be like, hey, you're a fuckhead?
Doesn't matter.
Honestly, more
good or
likely in real
Like-
life than a video game. For me.
Definitely not. I disagree. I think most people are far more likely to do it over a fucking screen
Yeah, I agree.
than they are in real life.
But it's not about if it's right. It's just like it's what I can do, you know. And when the company says, "Well, you can't do that because we don't like it," I don't know. It just gets me a little bit.
People, if you're listening, just be a decent fucking human being. Don't
Listen,
hit
I'm
your
not-
push to
not
talk and
arguing
call.
against
I'm not
that.
saying that. And again, I don't necessarily act like an asshole when I play these games either. But it just makes you think. Like, where is that line going to be crossed? Like, where is it going to be set?
Like
And
I
then
said, I
is
understand
then the
it.
company pushing my speech to be a certain way.
I
Like, I
understand it.
understand with like the N words and racial hatred and violence. I get that 100%, and I'm for that. You can monitor that shit. You could ban people. But if
Yeah.
I'm just like, even if I'm just like, man, you suck, shut the game off. Like, should I get banned for that? No.
I played a game of Apex. Here's a beautiful example that I can use from a game that I played today. Okay? I played a game of Apex today, technically today, very early this morning, alone, by myself, no BB in sight. I load up into a trios game. It's me and these two dudes. I lock the new hero. Some guy locks Fuse. Some guy locks Octane. We get into the match. Cool. We drop. There's a bit of a scuffle. It takes a little while for us to die. We're doing pretty good actually, and then eventually the Fuse gets downed, I get downed, and we're both spectating our Octane. The Octane has to win a 1v1 against the only surviving member of the other squad that we were fighting, and he fucking loses. And right before the Fuse dips from the game, he has the presence of mind to be a fucking prick, slam his push to talk and go, "You're so fucking bad," and then quits. Just don't be that guy. Like, is that hard? I don't understand. That's why you're
Like,
losing me
if
on this
I
argument.
want to be that guy, I should be able to be that
No,
guy.
you shouldn't, because you're being an asshole. Like, you're ruining someone's
But
fucking.
you can't make someone not be an asshole, bro.
Hold
Yes,
on.
you absolutely can tell them that they
Also,
are a fucking
you
asshole.
don't know how the Octane player took it. He could laugh right after that.
He could. That's true. Maybe, like, I'm sure he didn't report him. Do you know who did? I did. Right before I fucking quit, I clicked that man. I reported him for chat abuse because I'm not about that fucking life, dude.
Huh.
Don't call people fucking prick. Don't call people names and tell them they're bad for no reason. In a casual mode, no less. We're not even playing ranked. And he's like, "You're so fucking bad," and then quits. Like, you're a prick. Like, that guy had to physically take his thumb, like I'm doing right now, hold his push to talk down, and yell at another human being over what? A casual game mode in a video game? Just don't be that fucking guy. And then, like, things like this wouldn't even have to exist. You're just being an asshole.
That's
Like
like
that, and
the
that's my
equivalent,
point, because
though, of
I'm
saying
not
that like
that
you
guy.
you could apply
dog
that
just died.
principle
All he
to
has
like
is Apex.
in-person speech. Like I don't understand.
What was your point? I didn't hear what you
Like
said.
like were you saying like don't be an asshole, just don't be that guy that says those things. I mean, then like let's give an in-person example. What if I was like on the street and I said that? Should I get like booted out of that space? Like I got
What does that mean, booted out of that space?
I mean, you tell me. Like when you report someone and they get punished for
No,
the
hold on.
speech.
Richie, first off, false equivalence, okay? It would you be saying something in the street, then someone mails that to a organization that you don't know the members of, then
Yeah,
they
someone
go
has to mail
over it,
that to the
Yeah.
cops.
and then they decide to remove you from the street. Well,
Yeah,
they
I
don't remove you from the
guess,
street. At that point, you have already left the street. You're just never allowed on that street again. There, now we're equivalent.
It's just
Until
it seems
until
like we're
you open
trying
up
to
a new
monitor.
email account
It
and
just
then you
seems like
go
an
on the
attempt.
street again.
Yeah, it just seems like an attempt to monitor speech and push the community to say things that they like or approve of. I don't know. Like maybe I'm getting a little tinfoil hatty with it, but I'm just saying.
It's
Okay,
just such a weird.
my
It's a
friend-
hard take for me to understand, because to me, I'm sitting here in my chair and I'm like, you're literally defending someone's right to be a cunt. Like,
Hell
that's
yeah.
what you're doing. You're defending someone's right to get on
But you
voice
do.
and like
You have
ruin
the
some.
right to be a cunt.
Right.
You do.
You do, I guess, in your day-to-day life, but do you like those people? Like, do you want to be around those people who are cunts? No, I don't want to be around those people.
See, but
I make
that's
it
what the mute button is for.
exact. Yes, and I agree with you, and that's why I use the mute button all the time. So, like, I can kind of understand the idea of like, well, a system like this shouldn't be in place because people should just use the mute button. But a system like this being in place would mean that the guy who is a cunt never hits his push to talk to call someone a name in the first place. And there are situations in which this is totally applicable and fine. And I personally don't think there is a gray area where we should even be talking about it, because if someone is like a 12-year-old screaming the N-word at people, I love a system like this for some fucking dickhead like that. That's beautiful. And I'm totally down with this existing.
That's the thing. Like I can agree with this system on certain things.
People
but,
want to call someone some like homophobic shit or some
Yeah,
like
like
racial
that,
fucking
I agree
epithet.
with.
Like, that's fine.
like yeah, slap that report button, and then they could go through the audio files and ban them. Sure, but it's just for the other stuff, dude. The other, like, I don't know, a slippery slope. I don't know.
Clearly, we have a difference of opinion. I'm on the side of just don't be a fucking asshole. I don't see how it's that hard to be like a decent human being and not call people names and shit or tell
It's
them that
not
they
hard,
suck.
but you can't like mandate it.
Clearly, you can, and I hope Riot proves you wrong.
Wowzers.
I mean, they might, but it doesn't make it right.
It's right to me.
I mean, that's the
And
beauty of
that
opinions.
is fair.
Everyone has them.
Just don't
Sorry.
be an asshole.
Well,
Hey, that guy I played Apex with tonight, you didn't even have to hit your fucking push stock.
Hold on a second. Brandon, it's really important. Do you remember all of your stances on toxicity for this next story we're going into?
Why is
Sorry.
that?
Because Toys for Bob is now developing Call of Duty Warzone. Brandon, do you know what else Toys for Bob has developed?
I looked this up, and I don't remember.
A little known game known as the Unholy War.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, fuck you. I don't believe you.
Warzone? Unholy War?
I don't fucking
Same
believe you.
thing. Piranha is gonna be in Call of Duty. Mark my words. That is the.
I don't believe you. Hold on. I'm
I
Googling
swear
this.
to God, that is the only reason I put this story in.
Oh my God, you're not wrong.
Now I believe him.
What? Wait, but why does it say Crystal Dynamics and Eidos on the front cover, but not Toys for Bob? But they are listed as a dev on Wikipedia.
I think it's because. Does Eidos not exist anymore? Which one doesn't exist anymore?
I thought Eidos exists.
I don't know. Well, whatever. IP law is strange, and developers can change jobs, I guess. But honestly, I have nothing else to say about the story. I literally put it in the news.
Yeah, of course Eidos exists because Eidos Montreals are the ones that did like Deus Ex and shit like that. They did like Human Rev. I don't know if they still. And I assume they also did Mankind Divided. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that. That's odd. That's also hilarious. I'm sure no one who works at Toys for Bob are the people who were there when Unholy War got made.
No lie, the the episode when I kept bringing up Unholy War, and I emailed Toys for Bob and told them to remake the Unholy War.
Did you really?
Yeah. Because during that discussion, I was like, wait, who owns Unholy War? And that's when I found this out, and then I sent them an email.
They ever respond?
No. I didn't even get an automated response. They deleted.
Wow.
They probably have like a spam filter for the Unholy War set up.
Specifically just for the Unholy War.
But or maybe they took it and the word war was stuck in their head because they were just making like Crash Bandicoot and other weird shit, and then they were like, wait, war? Oh, he must have been talking about Call of Duty Warzone. So either way, this is all because of me, and that's the truth. You heard it here first. No bullshit. The Camels. Movers and shakers in the industry.
Getting Unholy War made.
In a roundabout
Slowly but
way.
surely.
If we ever
Do we even what?
if we ever get super famous, I mean, if this ever
Which we
really
won't.
takes off, if I ever have like an embarrassing amount of money, I'm buying that IP. I bet you they'll let it go for cheap.
Probably like 2 cents.
Oh fuck, I'll buy it now.
Holy fuck! Some guy wants Unholy War. Give it to him for free.
It was like, how much are you selling the Unholy War IP for? And they just look at me and they're like, you could fucking have it.
Selling? What? The fuck? Do we even want to talk about the meat of this story?
No, who cares?
Now let's sum it up. There's a dev. They did the new Crash Bandicoot.
They did Unholy War.
Now. They're dead now because Activision wants them to work on Warzone instead. So there probably will be no new Crash games in the future. This has happened many times. In fact, we just talked about Sony doing something very similar.
Yeah, that's true.
Not that long ago. So hey, cool. Small things die. so that large things like Warzone may live. That's the industry, folks.
Speaking of the industry and living, the next story has fucking pumped fucking love and joy into my veins. The Epic Apple lawsuit has released more and more documents of hysterical, unrelated shit, and I don't know why, but it's so good.
Are you going to talk about the Sony crossplay thing?
Every bit of it. Did you hear about the Sega thing, too?
No.
Oh, it's so good. Well, it's a Nintendo thing, but it's very clearly a peg at Sega, but whatever. You go first. I'll get to
I
mine.
mean, the Sony thing is pretty simple.
Yeah.
Basically, as a result, I don't even remember why. I don't recall why this came out as a result of the court proceedings, but it did. That basically kind of confirming what everyone already knew, which is that Sony is the reason why crossplay is so fucking difficult to make happen, as far as it becoming like an industry standard. To the point where they were quoted as when Epic had approached them to get crossplay working with Fortnite, someone from Sony, I'm trying to skim the article to figure out who it was that said it. I can't find it. Gio Corsi, Sony's senior director of developer relations at the time, dismissed the idea of crossplay, noting that cross-platform play is not a slam dunk no matter the size of the title. Whatever that means. As you know, many companies are exploring this idea, and not a single one can explain how cross-console play improves the PlayStation business. What the fuck, dude?
Yep.
That just shows you. And then we learn about some insane cross-platform revenue share system they have set up, which explains so much about why it's so hard to get cross-platform working on anything that's on a Sony console, because they literally want to steal your money. If you implement crossplay into a game that has a SKU on a PlayStation console, and they see that they are, in their opinion, I would have to reread the terms of the cross-platform revenue share to get this exact, but essentially I think how it worked out was if they appear to be making, if the PS4 gameplay share for a title is less than 0.85 in any given month, then the partner will pay a royalty to offset the reduction in revenue. This is probably why it's such a pain in the fucking ass for anyone to get crossplay working when something is on a PlayStation console, because they don't want to have to pay a fucking exorbitant amount of money to Sony just because the majority of people may not be playing it on a PlayStation console once crossplay is implemented. Fucking insanity, dude. Do you know what's hilarious about this? I don't know if you saw this, but like 2 weeks ago or something like that, ArcSys did a developer backyard for Strive. And at the end of the developer backyard, they talked about crossplay. And in that article or in that blog post, they said, yeah, we're working on crossplay right now. Like as we speak, we're trying to get it implemented because we understand that so many of you want it. It's probably not going to be there at launch, but we're hoping to push it down the line. We're just running into some difficulties getting it implemented, and then they didn't say what. And I remember in Maximilian's video where he was talking about that, he hovered his mouse over that line and said what everyone, including myself, was thinking when they read that sentence, which is Sony. The second you read that line at the end of their backyard of how they're running into some difficulties, and the answer is Sony. 100%. That's why Strive is probably not having crossplay at launch. And this fucking article,
They need to make the money first.
this article fucking confirms it, dude. Like, we all already knew that Sony was the reason why crossplay like isn't a fucking industry standard, but like this is a hard confirm that they're literally stealing your money because, you know, in the event that it doesn't go the way they want it to once crossplay gets implemented, if your game has a SKU on their console. Fucking crazy, dude.
Like, you always know, like, these are corporations, and they're very obviously, like, antagonistic to each other. But then, like, the curtain gets peeled, and you go, oh, this is some dirty-ass shit going on.
You can also see, like, don't get me wrong, I've said this before on this podcast, where it's like, stop sucking corporate dick because, like, they don't give a shit about you, right? Like, they're all just out to make money. which is why people with like massive corporate biases are like kind of gross to me. But you also see it in the opposite way, where like I also linked an article of how Epic worked very nicely with Microsoft when they were like, listen, like you should totally, we're doing a thing with Futnut. That thing you're thinking of doing with making like free to play games truly free over Xbox Live, you should do that because like we're pushing this giant Fortnite update like very soon and it'll be great for you. And then they did it, I believe. And it's like, but then on the opposite side of the spectrum, you have this where we're learning that Sony's like literally stealing developer money. Do you know what this like? You know who this really hurts too? This hurts like little developers who like have a game, they want it to have crossplay, they're thinking about implementing it, and then Sony's like, "Hey, fuckface, if this hurts our bottom line, or at least we perceive it to hurt our bottom line, when in reality it's probably not, you need to pay a massive amount of money to us." Are you like a fucking indie dev that wants crossplay for like your multiplayer title? Fuck you. Like pay us a shitload of money in the event that this doesn't go the way that we want it to if you implement crossplay. Like fucking crazy, dude. That's some evil shit. Like straight up. And it's why we don't have crossplay as like an industry standard, 100%. Sony is absolutely the fucking reason why that's not a thing. And it frustrates me to no end because I want it to be normal in fighting games so fucking bad. And it's not because of shit like this.
But yeah, beyond that, there's a lot of hysterical things. Like the Apple attorney fucking crushed it when they were like, "Oh, so when we charge this, this is a problem," and he's like, "Yes," and then they're like, "Hey, don't you also work with Microsoft that does it, and Sony that does it, and you know, it's very yes or no on the stand." So he just had to sit there and be like, "Yeah, yeah." It's pretty funny.
Nice.
There's other weird shit that came out where I'm trying to find the story again. I read it and I laughed very hard. Where there's a rule in Nintendo where you can't work for Nintendo if you're part of the Yakuza.
Okay.
And I can only take that as the biggest middle finger to fucking Sega. Like, because back in the day, Sega and Nintendo were brutal to each other, and it's kind of like an open secret how much the Yakuza is involved with Sega's like gambling divisions,
Yeah, it's kind of
and why
incredible.
Sega
Actually.
would release a video game called Yakuza where all the Yakuza are really nice dudes
Kiryu's never killed anybody.
that have never killed anyone ever.
I love that. I love those. That's like one of my favorite things that YouTube will just randomly recommend me sometimes. Is like Kiryu's never killed anyone, and then it's just like a 10-second clip of him stabbing some guy in the stomach, and then like kneeing it into him deeper, and
Yep.
then like throwing him across the room, or like using a guy as a human shield against bullets and shit. And it's like,
I saw probably the funniest version of that is I think in Yakuza 4, if I'm not mistaken. One of the mini games is that you confront a guy who's like considering suicide, like he's standing at the edge of the building, and you like fight and tell him like, "Hey, come on, fucking don't do that." But also, one of the finishers in that game, if you're near the edge of the building, is to throw someone off of a building.
oh no.
So there's a webcam going around of him being like, "Don't you fucking jump off that building!" Him grabbing him, throwing him off the building, and then hard cuts to him. And now you've learned your lesson. You'll never do that again.
Kiryu's never killed anybody.
It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. But yeah, there were other things I read regarding the lawsuit, and I'm kind of like, and other weird business angle things involving that. But I didn't save them. I don't have them on me right now. But it's
This
just,
the Sony thing is like the most interesting
yeah,
thing to me by far.
just for the love of Christ, lo- this is the greatest lawsuit. I thought it was so stupid at first because the arguments was dumb, weaponizing children was dumb. the the entire premise of it, like, I was like, this is just such a waste of like court hours and dollars and stuff. And now all this shit is coming out of it, and I'm just so happy that it happened.
Oh
This
God.
was secretly the greatest trial of our time.
Tim Sweeney and his child army.
Yep.
Oh
Very
fuck.
good. Oh man,
It's good. It's a good giggle.
it is.
Seriously though, Sony can suck my fucking ass when it comes to all this crossplay shit.
Speaking of good giggles, this is a terrible transition. Marvel Studios Phase 4 trailer. Really fucking good trailer. Holy Christ.
Yeah, it was a very good trailer. It was well done.
It was very touching. It's got that Disney feel all about it where I'm like halfway between, it's like, man, this is really nice and heartwarming, and man, how many emotionless suits in a room did it take to perfectly formulate this nightmare?
To build your hype for
Yeah.
to give them more money in the future.
And the biggest thing about it is you see the end?
I watched the whole thing, yeah. What was
Dude.
at the end? I don't even remember.
That is by far hinting at a Fantastic Four movie.
I'm gonna watch it again.
Was it a hint or was it a blatant say? It
There's a
looked like it was more
blue
of a blatant-
circle, and then really quickly, like a 4 kind of like scratches out of it.
It wasn't really quick. I watched it. I didn't think it was like a hint. It was like more like there will be a Fantastic Four movie.
When does that happen in the trailer? I didn't see
It's
that.
really
very
towards
end.
the end, yeah. But I mean, it's hint because it's at the end. There's no release
wow.
date. There's no actual 4. It doesn't hang up on there.
I think I looked away. I think I stopped watching when they just started showing the names of the movies, like near the end. So I don't think I caught that. But yeah, that's definitely what that is.
But yeah, very good trailer. Still don't really care about anything in Marvel Phase 4 except for Blade. Where was it? And
It wasn't
Yeah,
there.
that was my biggest takeaway from it. Like when the names did start popping up in the dates, I was just waiting for Blade.
Mhm.
Like, when's Blade? The next one's gonna be Blade. Next one's got to be Blade, and then Blade didn't show up.
Which is
It's like,
why
what
you
the fuck
clicked
is that?
off, and I don't blame you.
So no Blade for like 4 more years.
Ugh.
Dude, no Blade date, but we got like a 2 years in advance date for Guardians 3.
Yeah.
So where the fuck is Blade? Like what's going on?
The fuck was that, Marvel?
We got Angelina Jolie with a sword, but we didn't get Blade.
And then the other thing is I actually care about Doctor Strange. So.
Oh, I'm excited about that fucking movie because
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
like
I'm excited
they're
for
pitching it
Doctor
as
Strange.
they're pitching it as the first MCU horror film, whatever that means. So
Have you watched it? You haven't watched WandaVision yet, right?
no, I'm not. I might.
WandaVision was so good, dude.
I've heard that WandaVision didn't end well.
No. Not in my
Really?
opinion.
Because
I've
I
heard-
liked it a lot.
I've heard people say that it was cool in the beginning. This is how I've heard people describe it: is that it was cool for like the first bits of the show when it was like mysterious and you didn't know what was going on, and then it ends very typical and like kind of unoriginal. That's what I've heard.
I
don't know
don't
if
agree with that. I can see why people might say that, but I don't agree that that is a correct characterization.
I've also heard that like Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier is not that good, but
I
I
haven't
don't know if
seen
that's true or not.
it, but
Hey, it's alright.
I think WandaVision ended fine. I think it ended the way it probably should have ended. It was a good ending. It was an emotional ending.
They've
And
confirmed.
and the implications of the ending are crazy.
They confirmed that they're not making more of that, right? Didn't they say that it's just like a one season thing?
WandaVision, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So at some point in the near future, my plan still stands that I might get Disney Plus just to like watch that and then watch the movies that I still haven't seen. Because I still haven't seen Endgame, and I need to watch that before all this new shit comes out. Actually got shots of the Eternals, a movie that I couldn't give less of a fuck about
Yeah.
in this trailer. It didn't really do anything for me in the way that like the Shang-Chi trailer did, but it's a movie that exists.
Just Blade. That's all you want.
Well, listen, we got Angelina Jolie in a very Blade-esque stance, holding a sword. It's the best we've got.
It's not Blade though.
It
It's
is
not.
not.
I won't be happy until Wesley Snipes is back on that screen.
Spoiler alert, it is Blade. We just didn't know that Mahershala
Yeah.
Ali got kicked and recast as Angelina
Yes,
Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie is the new Blade,
Oh my god. That would not go over
and
well.
Wesley Snipes is the new Whistler.
Yo, if Wesley Snipes was Whistler, I would freak out. That's a thing they should do.
People have pitched that, I think, haven't they? Aren't there people who were like, wasn't there like a one of those stupid fucking internet petitions that people made to be like, make Wesley Snipes Whistler, or like give him a cameo minimally?
Well, yeah, he deserves at least a cameo.
God,
He did his
dude,
time.
he deserves a cameo. I don't even think it's a question of if they'll give him the cameo. It's that if he will actually do it.
He's been around again. Like, he's working. He was in that Netflix movie. He was in Dolomite. He was in something
yeah?
else. What else was he in recently? There's something else he was in. I can't remember what.
He shows up in Blade, but as Simon Phoenix instead. Don't think about it. It doesn't make sense. It's fine.
What a joke. I don't know. That was my biggest takeaway from this, though. I do agree with you, though. It was a pretty hype trailer.
Yeah, again, very, very, very
Oh
well
yeah,
put
what
together.
the? Did they say what the like Black Panther's even going to be going forward? I know they're not recasting.
Yeah, they're
Rosie.
not gonna. They said they're not gonna recast him. That's all I know.
It's gonna be his little sister, right?
I think I've heard that, but I'm not sure.
Is it really? They're gonna make her the Black Panther?
I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, that'd be cool. I'm not against it. I just didn't know
I'd
that
be
that's what
kind
they
of
would do.
against it.
I know there's people who were like, they wanted like a Killmonger, like redemption arc,
Oh yeah,
where he
Michael B.
comes
Jordan.
back.
That'd
And
be crazy.
but it's like, that's insane, because it's like, how do you write that character a redemption arc when he was literally like a psychopathic murderer in the Black Panther movie? Like, I don't see how you feed that to people in a way where they accept it,
These
or at least not
will-
people who think about it for longer than 10 seconds.
These people will watch anything.
People like us, okay? That's what I'm saying. People who overanalyze shit and think about
Well,
stuff.
I mean, here's the thing. There's a level where like quality transcends that, because I would be like, yeah, I don't buy it, but the movie was pretty good, you know, like.
Yeah.
And then they could have him like potentially go evil in the future at any time, like when he starts to negotiate for a higher contract fee. Suddenly you're evil and dead again. New Black Panther.
I don't know about you guys, but I can't watch a Black Widow trailer without thinking about Midsummer.
Yeah.
I really can't. It's like
Oh, man.
impossible. Every time I see her face, I'm just thinking about like the crying scene from Midsummer. I just can't get it out of my head. It's like all that actress is burned into my mind for.
Oh man.
It's cool though. Just give us a fucking Blade release date, and the Black Panther shots in the trailer got me a little. It hit me a little bit.
Yeah, like
Seeing the Bozeman.
I attempt to be as soulless as humanly possible.
Nice,
and,
that's good. That's a good way to be.
And I generally dislike kind of like the pandering feel good trailers, but man, it was so perfectly like as much as again in the back of my head I was like, this is specifically designed to make you feel a way. It is a trick to make you consume product. I still walk away from that and be like, it's a pretty good trailer.
I was
miss
like that
Stan
too.
Lee.
I was like that too until they showed the Chadwick, and then I was like, all right, that's a rough one.
Yeah. Whatever. Wesley Snipes is Black Panther in Blade. Crossover. I don't care. Make it happen. Speaking of make it happen, there was an extremely boring article, but Nintendo on the Mario movie, they talk a whole bunch of shit for a long time, and then they say the important thing. Miyamoto is very hands-on with the production of the movie, headed by Illumination. So it is, even though it was teased in 2018, still in the works. The mastermind working on it. They're talking about expanding into more animations. Talking about maybe even some, oh, what the hell is Animal Crossing?
Oh boy,
Oh,
a fucking Animal Crossing movie is gonna light the world on fire, dude.
true.
Or animation.
And then the
we don't know.
Doomslayer is gonna run in halfway through the movie and just start fucking shooting up Animal Town.
No,
As a
it's-
highbrow release date joke
That was
that I
pretty
guess
good.
whenever everyone said.
No, I got it. I caught it. I was trying to think of how to, like, play off of that, but I lacked the creativity. I was gonna
Starts ripping and tearing.
some bells, like Tom Nook. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that could ever translate into a movie. Ever. Animal Crossing. It'd be like the Sims movie. It's like the game is just busy work, and it's relaxing busy work, sure.
It'll be a nice little heartfelt movie for kids, Anthony. They have a little conundrum on the animal place, and the animal place, they gotta solve a little conundrum. They all gotta work together, okay?
Maybe it's gonna be a deep, like, anti-capitalism message with Tom Nook or some shit.
And they all solve the problem, Anthony, because they work together as the power of friendship. But then all of a sudden, in the distance, you hear BFG Edition start to play, and you're like, "Uh-oh, what the fuck is going on?" But it's getting closer, and it's getting louder, and your anxiety starts to spike, and then Doomslayer kicks in the door.
I mean, he needs work now that he's not making the music for ID anymore.
It's true.
Have him be a me. Or not. What is an Animal Crossing person referred to as? I've never played the games.
Animal Man. Fursona. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go, Fursona. It's just a Fursona with, like, a guitar with too many strings. He's mostly distortion amplifiers and plugins. And he has crazy ear piercings. And he's just like, "Brr, dum, dum, dum."
There you go. That's our Animal Crossing movie pitch.
There you go.
Hire us whenever, please.
Make it,
Thank you.
make it so.
Pay us.
I will pitch so many movies.
Isn't it crazy though when you think about it? No one's paying us for our ideas, but
They keep taking
we have
them.
good ideas.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Good ideas, yes.
Why wouldn't Nintendo hire us, Richie, for our concept of Doomslayer killing off all their
maybe not that idea, but like when we were talking about like the movies and Mortal Kombat, like if you set three of us down in a room, we could probably make a better Mortal Kombat movie than all the overpaid fucking
Fuck yeah,
writers.
dude. I could write a fucking MK movie. 100%.
Like, how fucking hard is it to fucking write an MK movie?
I
like,
think
for
our
real?
Striker version of the movie was pretty good. It would get some eyes. It would generate buzz.
It would. It would mostly be people writing articles like, "Can you fucking believe they used Striker?"
He
What
was
the-
kneeling on Jax. What the fuck?
No, not again. Bring us back.
No,
there.
wait, hold on. I have an
No.
amendment. No. Not Jax, because you can't ever lose an
Stop.
arm. He kneels on Cyrax, and that's what leads to the cybernization.
Stop. I'm leaving the podcast. I announced my official resignation. They need to fill my spot.
I could hear you.
I will not be back.
Smile.
All
I will not be back next
everyone.
week.
Yes, you will.
Nope. Nope.
This is an abusive
We got more news.
relationship.
You come back here, damn it.
Nope.
We will drop that tangent. And speaking of workplace harassment,
Okay.
The Witcher 3 director leaves.
Why was that?
No, it's some bullshit. This is me personally reading that story.
He was part of there was an internal investigation, I think, into him due to allegations of workplace bullying, essentially like workplace harassment. Supposedly he was found not guilty of it, but he left anyway. for whatever reason.
Well,
I think he tweeted and gave a reason. I'd have to find it.
Well, even without that, I think even if you find yourself like not guilty of such a thing, the atmosphere would be pretty poisoned, I gotta say.
Yeah, well, that's literally what he says, because he says he resigned because of the fear, stress, or discomfort employees might experience when working with him. Nonetheless, a lot of people are feeling fear, stress, or discomfort when working with me. He apologized to CD Projekt staff for all the bad blood he has created, despite the investigation, I believe, not coming up with anything. But who knows if that actually means he didn't do it.
Or he looked at all the patches he had to do for Cyberpunk and was like, "Score! I could use this as an out."
That's always the joke.
Fuck that shit, I'm out.
We used that joke once before for someone
We
else,
will
I think,
always,
like 2 weeks
anytime
ago.
there's any CD Projekt news, they could release a new video game, and it would be the only reason that game was developed is people were tired of patching Cyberpunk. It wasn't even to make money. They just wanted to break up the monotony of trying to fix that game.
Is this the begin? I think the most interesting thing about the story is, regardless of how you feel about him leaving, whether or not he actually did do what he was accused of, regardless of what the investigation found, blah blah blah. I think the most interesting thing is that this guy is kind of big shit. Directors are pretty important in a project, and he was the director for The Witcher 3, which was far more well received than Cyberpunk, and he's out, so they don't have him anymore for projects going forward. Like that's the big takeaway.
But someone else will, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course, but will they be as good at it as him directing a project?
No, but what I mean is that he'll.
Oh, you mean a different
go on.
company? Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe he'll retire. I don't know how much he was paid. I imagine I don't know how bonuses work. I've never done video games. I'm not gonna speculate.
I don't know about a director's fucking salary. I know if you're someone like Bobby Kotick, you're making gigabucks.
Oh yeah.
But that's because you're Bobby Kotick. Anyway, will CD Projekt Red's projects going forward be good? Will they be shit? I don't know. Jury's still out.
Will they fix Cyberpunk? But they will.
Have you seen the clip about how they they've been patching Cyberpunk, especially like recently, and they did one that was supposed to fix police spawns, because I'm sure, I don't know if you ever noticed that when you were playing, but like how cops just spawn next to you when you get like a wanted rating, or a bounty or whatever. And there's a clip on YouTube of a guy just driving, and he has a wanted, and he's on the highway, and he's like, yeah, I guess they fixed the game or whatever, and then a cop spawns in his passenger seat.
That's so good.
Even though that was one of the things that supposedly they fixed. So the cop spawns in his passenger seat and then like opens the door and rolls out onto the highway.
That's so amazing. How do you even code such a thing to occur? Because that's an NPC spawning inside your vehicle, but not on you. And then, like, oh my god. That's almost more impressive than fixing it. Like, I want a video game where that's a feature. It's like the cops could just suddenly be in your passenger seat. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Speaking of suddenly in the passenger seat, Sunset Overdrive, that game that no one bought for the Xbox, trademarked by Sony now?
Yep.
Okay.
I guess it's no one really knows what it means. It might be getting like a new edition or something that'll be showing up on Sony consoles, because maybe their exclusivity arrangement is over or whatever. There's people who think it might be like a sequel, but we don't know if that's true or not. And if it is this indicative of it moving over to being a Sony property, or is it indicative of it being like multi-platform now, instead of just on an Xbox console? No one knows. It also could mean, well, I was gonna say it could mean nothing, because oftentimes with trademarks it means nothing, but this does definitely mean something, because this game was Xbox exclusive, and having a Sony-based trademark obviously means something's going on.
I mean, it's kind of the weird thing that was going on with Insomniac at the time, honestly, because Insomniac was like a major PlayStation developer, and then they broke away um, to do Sunset Overdrive for Microsoft, but then they came right back and did Spider-Man. So it's like, yeah, the parent company's back. I imagine that that influences a lot of if it gets developed or not. So I imagine with all the major successes of all of Insomniac's games, one of the devs really liked fucking, or maybe a director really liked Sunset Overdrive and was just has been bothering Sony for like 10 years now. Just, hey, pick that up. I want to do something with it again.
Sunset Overdrive is actually a pretty good game that just kind of got like buried, and no one wound up giving a shit about it. But like I had played it a bit when it was new, and
It looked neat.
it's good. It's actually a very good game. It's just that like didn't take off.
Sure didn't. Speaking of never taking off. Oh, sorry.
Did you miss one of my stories that I posted?
Oh,
I wouldn't blame
probably,
you if
which
you
one?
did. Because it didn't show up as an image, but the Ed Boon story
I did miss that. What is it?
and the NRS hints. So there's a Game Informer article saying that fans believe that Mortal Kombat. How many of you here on this podcast are familiar with the man Ed Boon, who works at
am.
NRS? Are you all familiar with the fact that he's a massive troll on Twitter and constantly teases shit like all the time? He is kind of infamous for like tweeting stuff related to things NRS is going to announce long in advance or like close to sometimes the announcement itself, leading to wild speculation. And it could be anything. It could be like a DLC character. It could be a game. He's done this like before Injustice, like whole game announcements and shit like that, where he'll just tweet something and set speculation on fire. Recently, Ed Boon, the man himself, tweeted at James Gunn and said, "Wow, James Gunn has managed to work on DC and Marvel movies. That's impressive." And then like a pondering emoji, like dude
God.
rubbing his chin emoji. This set people fucking on fire because everyone's being like, including people like Jeff Keighley himself, are tweeting at Ed Boon and being like, are you saying that you're making like a DC versus Marvel fighting game? Is that what's going on?
Is MK11 getting a new DLC character that's just James Gunn?
Yes, that's what it is.
It's not even like a super powered version.
It's definitely just James Gunn.
Just him.
Absolutely just James Gunn. It's interesting to consider, though. This has actually been a rumor for quite some time that someone out there, like NRS, may or may not be. It's always been brought up that NRS does, regardless of how you feel about Injustice, which I have tended to stay away from it because it's kind of a zoning simulator. They do good work with the DC property, and a lot of people have come to NRS over the years just in ignorance and kind of not acknowledging the existence of Marvel vs. Capcom. They've gone to NRS and been like, maybe these people should make like a Marvel game or something. It's been like an industry rumor for years now that maybe they're doing something with the Marvel property, and it's possible, based on Ed Boon's trollish tweets, that they are in fact working on a DC versus Marvel fighting game right now, which would explain why we've seen no announcement of Injustice 3.
Or Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, NRS is making Marvel vs. No, please, dude. Virgil's gonna summon toward me from like 50 feet away. The screen space is gonna be gigantic. He's gonna be a zoner. You're not gonna be able to get in. Dante's just gonna shoot guns. Like I don't. That can't be the case.
And not just any gun, but like Nemesis Beta.
Yeah, just over and over again.
Like the worst gun
Really
you could
win.
possibly have.
Regular old Deadshot gameplay, very high octane from Injustice 2. Anyway, it's interesting to think about. I almost kind of hope that I both hope it's true and Ed Boon's not fucking around, because it could be kind of interesting to see like a Marvel vs. DC game from because NRS has evolved quite massively as a company in recent years, and they do very good work. So it could be cool as long as it's not a zoning simulator. On the other hand, I don't want it to exist because it calls into question the possibility of any future Marvel vs. Capcom games if a different company is making a Marvel game.
James Gunn to direct Mortal Kombat 2.
Yes, that's what he's hinting at.
I mean, Mortal Kombat was a big hint. Maybe his head's getting a little big. That's why he's making Marvel and DC comparisons, because it's Mortal Kombat's time to be in the ring with the big dogs. Oh, that hurt to even say. My stomach. Oh Christ.
Will we soon see Captain America punch fucking Batman on a fighting game stage? It's very possible.
I mean, I'd pay money to watch Psylocke punch fuck Harley Quinn.
A lot of people would, and a lot of people have.
Yeah. Oh man, Psylocke's so good. Why isn't she in more shit?
Psylocke is good. Psylocke is also super good in the Marvel games that she was in.
Yeah,
Meta-wise.
But she should be in more.
Yeah, well, she won't be because mutants are not in the MCU yet, Anthony.
But
So
they should be by now. I mean, didn't they get the rights for that entire thing?
they did, but they've yet to utilize them for a movie property, unless there's like a hint at them in any of these Phase 4 movies, which maybe there is, but we don't know that yet.
Maybe.
But soon we'll see. But until they do that, I
Phase
guarantee
5
you
is
that
just
Psylocke won't show
mutants.
up in fucking shit.
Yep.
What's next?
Konami's out of E3. Boo.
Sad face.
Have any
Big
of you
rip.
ever seen the 2010 Konami presentation for E3?
I think I know what you're referencing. Wasn't it like a train wreck?
It is so good. What are you talking about?
Was it good?
Taki Fuji is the man. XXXYYY, you is sucked. It's so good. It's so
What?
good. It is like
I
one
don't
of
know.
the best presentations. I'm gonna link it afterwards. I demand you all watch it.
Okay.
Oh,
I
it's
don't know what
so
you're talking
good.
about.
It's so it is by far one of the best. It's bad, but
Fuck.
it's so bad that it's like endlessly entertaining.
I tried to bring up Steam to see if Richie's playing the Isle or something. 'Cause he's being very quiet, but
He's
his
running
hentai
a-
shield is on.
No,
so
I'm
I
actually
can't
not, but I am writing a paper.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I knew you were doing something 'cause you're very quiet. I just couldn't put my finger on what it was.
Yeah, no, this is my last paper I have to finish. It's on the significance of the Berlin Wall and its fall, so get excited.
Nice.
Only 2 pages he needs to write for that shit.
Yeah, it's really, really simple. It's just how much do I want to copy and paste?
Shut up. Don't. It's 2 pages on like one of the
Don't
most
tell me how to do this,
monument-
Anthony.
Jesus Christ.
You want to write the paper?
I could in probably like an hour. Like first off, you take a very satirical take and describe the effects of physically taking down the wall only. Like the fact that streets had to be renamed.
Pat on the
was-
back.
You could definitely write about that for fucking 2 pages. And that would be hysterical, and I guarantee you no one else has ever fucking done it. That could be your dissertation, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Anyway, fucking Konami at E3. This is a video game podcast.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's an us podcast.
Okay, yeah, that's not wrong.
We're
just-
so
We just happen to
popular.
like video games.
We're so interesting and successful. It's an us podcast.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway. Good
Yeah,
night.
that was like a solid 10 seconds of you guys just saying yes to each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, whatever.
Yes.
They're out of E3, probably because E3 is cancer and dying. Even though it's kind of coming back. It's
I don't know, cause they said they were gonna be there. They were part of the lineup when we talked about E3. that week. Was that last week or the week
Yes.
before? I don't remember.
Or the week before. It was one of the other.
But they were part of the lineup, but now they're backing out. Apparently, the reason is because they are developing stuff. Like they said that, which is interesting in and of itself. That they straight up said, yes, we're developing projects, but we don't have anything to show yet, so they're backing out, which is disappointing.
Why
Because
would you
if it's
even
like a Silent
You
Hill
know
game,
what? That sounds so. That is such a red flag. That they like signed up for this and they're like, "What do you got to show us?" And then their devs went, "Fucking nothing. Why did you sign up for this?"
yeah, that's true. No, you know what? That's not. That's not a
I
red
know.
flag because that's a fucking PR move, 100%. That's them trying to build up like PR and hype and interest by being like everyone read because everyone, including like us, read that article of the initial lineup. Went, oh my god, Konami's there, and then people wrote articles about it, and it fucking blew up. And then they go, but we're backing out. Like they knew what they were fucking doing by saying that they would be there at first. It does drum up interest though. Like I'm interested. I want to know what the fuck they're working on. Is it the Silent Hill game that we've all been speculating
Please
about for
God,
like
let
a
it
fucking
be
year?
the psych. I just want to like stop talking about it at this point. Just have something actually tangible instead of
I do
more
too.
rumors and less rumors.
There's tons of because it's just like constant rumors. It's like there's the Metal Gear Solid remake that supposedly they're making, but we have like no confirmation on that. There's the fucking Silent Hill rumors that have been floating around for fucking ages now. Between it like
And
being
then
made by
Konami
Kojima again, blah blah blah.
and Konami's made a lot of fucking good games. So like any of those getting resurrected or remastered, any fucking pick a Castlevania. I don't even care.
That's
Netflix
true.
series is going good, making fucking game based on that, even though that's fucking circular. I don't care. Um, Zone of the Enders. I want more mech shit. Do it, bitch. Come on.
That's true.
Uh, Contra. I like Contra.
Yep. I was
When
gonna
was
say
the last
Contra.
time
That's
that there
true.
was a Contra?
That really shitty one actually, like a year ago.
Shut up. That didn't happen.
That really, really shitty one. That had like the overheat mechanic that everyone hated, and it was apparently really bad.
You know, it's very good for in your shooting game to every once in a while just like you can't shoot anymore.
Yeah, just take away your ability to do the thing that you're supposed to do.
Fucking re-release Aliens arcade game where you could suplex fucking aliens. I don't care. Do that again.
What?
It's so cool.
What?
It was like a side scroller beat 'em up, but it was aliens.
What?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's fucking
Like
sick.
like the Capcom Alien vs Predator beat 'em up, but not that.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing, but you're just Ripley.
I have to look this up. I can't find it.
Just do Aliens arcade game. It should be
Oh, yeah, I only found the Capcom one.
here.
Help me.
I got you, fam.
Help.
It's not as cool as the Capcom one.
Thought it's
Oh, because the Capcom one, there's a lot more brawler stuff where this is more of like this is Contra but aliens.
okay. Yeah, I've never seen this. All right, I learned today. The Electro Xenomorph. All right. Yeah, okay, that exists.
Dude, I'm sure Konami has made other things. Just, it's been so long since they've made anything, I don't fucking remember.
Konami's made so much shit. They have a metric fuck ton of stuff that they've made back in the day before they became a fucking pachinko factory.
Yeah,
I
but like,
too can't remember most of it.
they helped made Frogger, but it was just released by Sega? What? Okay.
Sega.
Qbert, yeah, where's that? Need a new Qbert.
Konami also like publishes a lot of stuff,
That's
I
true.
think, or they did.
Oh, a new Gradius would be good. Now I'm looking for something that's like shit that no one would ever care about. Monster Maulers. That sounds like garbage. What is this?
Hubert. Super basketball. Wow, yeah, there's a metric
I
load of.
played Hubert. Hubert was fun. He cursed when he died.
Oh, they do fucking DDR. That's what it's gonna be.
Sexy
They're not announcing
Paradise
anything.
2? Why not?
It's just gonna be DDR.
Oh, more Beat Mania. Yeah, it's just nothing but that. They come out on they get back in on E3, and it's just rhythm games.
It's a Silent Hill themed DDR. Get excited.
Pro Evolution Soccer 4.
Dance to the beat of Pyramid Head sexually assaulting nurses. Wiggle your hips.
We should be getting fucking paid for this.
Do it.
Release Bomber Girl to the West, so that I could coom in the comforts of my own home.
Do the Macarena to James Sunderland drowning in a lake.
Smothering his wife. that's one of the interactables. You're like doing it in time to the beat. He's just pushing the pillow down.
Do a breakdance to Heather Mason giving herself an abortion.
Wow.
Hey, that's true. That happened. That's canon.
Everything
Don't wow me.
was
That
that.
happened in Silent Hill 3. That legitimately happened. Spoilers for Silent Hill 3, by the way. But it's like a demon fetus, so it's like it's not. I don't. Yeah.
Oh,
It's a gray.
Christ.
It's a blurry
I
line there.
I asked you this before, but who's the god that's just like turning gears and shit?
Oh, Voltiel?
Yeah, Voltiel. That's what it is. That's what you're doing. You're hitting it to the beat, and you're just spinning the gears that make Silent Hill work.
Yeah, it's a Voltiel sees in his brain. It's a constant DDR game
He's just playing DDR.
as he spins the wheels.
Oh, that's so the thumbnail.
With Voltiel playing DDR.
That's gonna be hard to convey, but fuck.
That is extremely difficult.
He'll be playing like DJ Hero or some shit. That's all I can think of. Alright, that's enough of that.
Oh, you can put this image from the wiki
Oh?
easily on like a DDR pad. Look at this. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Come on, dude.
Done.
Right on the DDR pad.
People will be all excited and click on the thumbnail. It's like, oh, what's that cool Silent Hill reference? I'm gonna
No
call
one's
it
gonna click on
something
the
like Konami's big E3 announcement, and then they're gonna get here, and it's just us going, they're not there.
You should clickbait all of our podcasts, to be frank, but especially this one.
I don't even. Well, I mean, I normally don't know how to clickbait, but now I do.
No, it's very easy.
I gotta put a
Konami's
red circle
Giga announcement. It ain't shit.
Put a like screaming face in the corner, a confused avatar. Okay.
Is that a podcast? Did we do
No.
all the news? Did we miss anything?
No, you guys got to talk about Total War.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
we're
that's
at that
right.
point.
Guys, that's
All
a
right, well, it's
podcast. I'll
short.
talk to you
Let's
guys
go.
later.
Bye,
No,
Rob.
Get
it's
rid of the
short. You can't
paper.
leave.
Everyone can leave.
You know, whatever. You know, we probably have some fucking hardcore Total War fans out there that are dying to hear this content.
You
One
can
of
say
the two. Let's go, dude.
One of the two.
Content.
Let's go, dude. Come on.
I'm not saying don't talk about it.
Well, I don't
No,
even
I'm
feel like
talking to
about it
Richie. I
anymore.
said, come on, let's go, dude. I'm hyping him up.
You guys have drained me of my will to talk about this shit.
No, come on.
That's your own fault then at that point.
I'm here, Richie. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to start
nice
it up.
job, quitter.
Let her
All right.
rip.
Man can't
Well-
even talk about some Total Wars.
They
Let her rip.
I have
TA
hours
released,
of footage proving you wrong.
Shut the fuck up. Creative Assembly released their teaser video for the worldwide gameplay reveal trailer for Total War Warhammer 3.
Get hype. Fuck, can you put some air horns in here?
I'm glad you guys
And then-
also
Yes.
did it, because I will also put in the air horns, and it'll just
Yes,
sound
put in
like
that. Yeah,
hell.
yeah, yeah. Put in the air horns as we're doing air horns. So it really fuck people's ears up. Let's go.
They may
Really fuck
last.
them up.
They may last for this entire review.
Fuck them up hard style. Let's go, dude.
Don't make it last for the entire review.
I don't know. We'll see.
But
Yeah, please don't. That's just.
it was cool. The stuff they released, obviously it wasn't a lot because it was just a teaser. We got some look of some units, their aesthetics, at least a quest battle map,
It's true.
and some interesting things that we could talk about. So the number one thing I want to talk about is the things I liked. I thought it was cool. Either the map, either that's Far Chaos Wastes or literally the Realm of Chaos. I have no idea.
It's unclear.
That was cool. It looked cool.
I didn't pay too much attention to it, to be honest. Like the ground they were walking on was pretty just like a flat color. Like I didn't see a shitload of detail. Maybe in the background, but I really wasn't looking for it. I was just kind of looking at the units and shit.
I've seen people like equate it to like it's like fighting in like Oblivion from Elder Scrolls.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that is kind of what it looked like. You're not wrong.
The aesthetics as well for I'm assuming those are Chaos Warriors, but they might be chosen. I don't know. That's not important. The important thing is that they are skinned accordingly. And that has me psyched because that means that more than likely all of the other god specific units are going to be skinned accordingly. So we might have some nasty looking bloated Nurgle chosen and shit, and I think that's awesome.
That would be cool if that's the case. They do appear to kind of just be chosen.
Can't wait for
Like the axes and shit just look like they're chosen.
source filmmaker Rip Damonets. Let's go, dude.
It's true. The Bloodthirster screams like an orc.
Yeah, like that's I'm hitting the positives of this. The blood letters look cool. Some people say that there may or may not be two variants. The ones that are running down the mountain in the beginning don't have glowy swords, but then you go to another image, the one where the ice blast is, and they're clearly glowing swords. So there may or may not be two variants of Bloodletter, which kind of does suck.
Like a non-AP variant.
I don't know.
Something that would be really kind of shitty. I would prefer I would prefer, just a little hypothetical, that CA is going a little above and beyond here and actually putting in some effort to the modeling and doing something cool where like maybe Bloodthirster swords don't glow until they're in melee because they're like getting hype and like murdering shit. Like maybe it's something like that.
It could be. We don't know.
That would be pretty cool if that's the case. But it's impossible to know.
We don't know. Like same thing with the Chosen. In the scene where they're running at those Kislev warriors, their axes are glowing, but then the next scene after that, they're running at other ones and they're not.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a fan of that if Bloodletters have two different variants because that feels like roster padding to me. Where it's like,
maybe a little bit. So, but that begs the question then: who are these corn dudes with axes that are glowing, and who are the ones that aren't glowing?
Warriors and Chosen?
Like it could be. That could be the split.
That's
I don't
what
know.
I would assume. I would assume one's Warriors and one's Chosen because that was always one of the biggest like model differences between the two of them. Warriors had very like basic bitch looking weapons and Chosen had like glowier ones, but then they also all had like the exact same weapon, which was another issue I kind of don't like about CA's approach to modeling, which is nice that modders changed that. But yeah, that's odd.
there's also that one scene where it's, I guess, the Chaos Warriors running at the Kislev people with the portal in the back. There's something in the background that may or may not be a skull cannon of Khorne.
The thing on the right.
Yeah. You see it, right? You see how it kind of looks like a dude, like a bloodletter that just like kind of crouched over a little bit, hanging off the side.
Sort of. Yeah. The video is not, even at 1080p, it kind of looks like shit. So it's
Yeah,
hard
I've
to
seen like
but
zoomed up images of that. I mean, it doesn't get super better, but it's clearly a dude standing on something that looks very weird.
yeah, I see. I can kind of see that. I see the silhouette of something. You notice that the Kislev dudes' capes look very not animated? Did you like notice that?
Oh, I gotta.
Look at them when they're
Yeah,
running. They look
yeah.
very like rigid, like something coomed on them a little too much.
Maybe they got Kumi capes.
Yeah.
Brothers, I love you all. I love our viewers.
Yeah.
But I have someone asking me to play some League with them.
Oh my god!
He's leaving the
wow.
fucking
League.
podcast to
For
play
League.
League,
You're
Well,
even though we're fucking like.
We're at the end of the podcast, and you boys are just yelling about something.
Yeah, you could contribute.
Holy fuck.
Nah, he really
Jesus.
Not
can't.
lizard men.
He really
Not
can't.
lizard men.
That's
not my-
savage, Rob.
I could have
understand.
left early to go play Apex or something.
We're deducting your pay for this cast.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright.
Less ad revenue for him.
All right, less ad revenue from our zero ad revenue.
Yep, you're getting negative ad revenue. It means you got to put money in to the ad revenue.
There you
You
go.
owe
That's
us
not how
money
niggas
for
work.
leaving.
That's how it works now.
That's not how it works. How about this?
How it works now.
Brandon, you come over to my house, and I'll give you some.
Brandon's scale of thumbs, Brandon's mathematics. You got to put money into
Brandon,
the,
you come
the ad
over to my
revenue.
house, and I will give you some.
The sad thing is that's probably the only way we're gonna make any money.
What, Rob putting money into
Just
the ad revenue?
bullying Robbie.
You're not wrong.
I love you, boys.
Yeah, whatever. Go play your fucking league, nerd.
Mwah.
Bye-bye.
League. When are you gonna play Dota, you fucking scrub?
When you play League.
All right, well, that can't happen.
Well,
Yeah.
then
Also,
you
well,
have it.
Rob, go leave. Whatever.
Richie just wants
Yeah.
to talk.
Something I'm noticing too is keeping it on the chaos focus. Is that yeah? Well, I want to also be done with this, but because I got to finish this paper.
That was strong.
But I also do want to talk about this because I like
Go
this
ahead,
shit.
go ahead.
Go
Um,
leave.
So
Fuck.
there's
Leave
also
too
on
slow.
the scene where the Lancers are charging into the back of that unit.
Yeah, do they have coom capes? I gotta go look at
I
that.
can't. You can't really tell if they have.
Oh yeah, you can't. Shit.
But those look to me like shielded Chaos Warriors or Chosen, and if you look, they got the cool skull hats. So looks like the whole roster is aesthetically Khorne, and again, that excites me because that means the other god-specific factions are going to have that same aesthetic overhaul.
Yeah, it's cool from an aesthetic
It
point
also
of view.
gives me hope as well. Sorry to cut you off. That maybe they
That's fine.
upgrade the aesthetics of the undivided roster. Because, I mean, if we're getting Be'lakor as a possible undivided hero, or even if it's just Archeon and Kolek, maybe they do something to upgrade them a bit.
What would they do to undivided Chaos Warriors to change them?
I don't know. Maybe make the Chosen a little more flashy, but or maybe they do nothing. Who knows? But
I
I'm
don't
just saying.
My biggest complaint with CA's modeling, this is like, I don't know if this is wholly on topic, but it kind of is, because I expect it won't change with Warhammer 3, is that they tend to be like, here's Chaos Warriors. They're all holding the same kind of weapon. They're all using like the same kind of shield. They're all look relatively similar. Maybe there's like 2 variations of head in the whole unit. And it's just kind of like, it takes me out of it. I remember when the game first came out, it took me out of it a little bit, that like every single dude in a unit of Chaos Warriors has a fucking axe. Like all of them. And I had to go find mods to make it so
Yeah.
that some of them have swords, some of them have an axe, and it's just like, why can't they just be bothered to like do little things like that? Just put some variation into the fucking unit, just mildly, and I expect that that's not going to change here, especially when I'm looking at some of
Probably
these
not.
units and I'm like, yeah, they all look like they're holding the exact same looking fucking weapon.
I mean, it makes sense for the great weapon or halberd unit to all have the same weapon, but maybe like the hand weapony units, they could vary it.
It's just like, especially for units, or especially for armies like this, like Chaos Warriors or like Norska or something, where they're not supposed to be these like super regimented, like highly structured like military forces. I think they would have more leeway with like one dude in the rank and file having a sword, another one having an axe, like blah blah blah, you know. But they don't really do that. But it's okay because the modders do it, so it's whatever. It's not really a good way to look at it, but
Yeah.
it's one way to look at it.
We saw skull crushers in there, which we knew were in from the trailer. The other thing, if you saw, big ice polar bear monster. Did not
Yeah,
see
I
that
saw
one
it.
coming.
I don't know what that's supposed to be. Like, is that a unit? Is that like a spell? Like, do you summon that for a period of time? Is it its own thing? Like, what is that?
I don't know, but that's crazy. One, because that was never a thing in the small bit of Kislev we know about. And two, that would also imply that that model's being made for the new Kislev in the game, because the Games Workshop is making new Kislev for the old world.
Yeah.
So big polar bear, and that thing's fucking huge.
Yeah, it's quite large. It's
That's
large
like
and in charge.
Rogue Idol level of big, I think.
Yeah,
It's chonky.
it's similar. It might be a little smaller than a Rogue Idol, but it's quite large.
And then even the Bloodthirster, you can't get a really good look at it, but the Bloodthirsters are really big as well. And that's cool. I'm glad. Greater Demons are going to be that big.
Do you ever get like a decent shot though, of a Bloodthirster next to other units for scale in this trailer? It's not meant.
When he's coming out of the portal with his limp dick orca scream,
Yeah.
there are dudes at his feet. The angle could kind of mess that up though. But if you
Yeah.
just look at that polar bear thing and look at him compared to the polar bear, and you look at the polar bear compared to like some of the units, you could kind of infer a size.
I'll have to wait until the actual trailer because I can't really get a good sense of how big he is.
The Bloodthirster model is also absolutely gorgeous. And as people have confirmed, it is the End Times Age of Sigmar variant, which we kind of knew already, but it's just confirmation.
I want to know, what I'm most interested in is what's up with that tower that's like shooting at dudes, because I don't know what that means, but when I look at this, it's like, it's just weird. Like the cav are charging into this odd funnel where there's clearly spaces that are dictating that the unit cannot go there, or no one can go there, or like there, like on the left, on the right, there's these spots and they have to like charge up this line to get into the fight. And to me, I look at this and I see like villages from like Three Kingdoms. Like this is what they look like. There's like streets that there's like a gate area, you walk into a street, there's like shit on either side that dictates that your units have to march up and down these avenues of movement. And that's what this looks like, just with towers and shit. Obviously I can't see any more than this one shot, but like that's really what it reminds me of. And it makes me wonder what this is. Like, is this just for the quest battle? Is this going to be indicative of like sieging a low-level settlement that doesn't have walls? Will we actually get like street level sieges with settlements that do not have walls? So you still have like some semblance of it being a siege instead of it just being a field battle? Or is this all just there because it's a quest battle? Like what is
I don't even know if next week we'll have the answer to that question unless someone says anything, because this has been confirmed to be a quest battle.
Yeah,
So
that's the thing that scares me, is that it's a quest battle, so this might have no fucking bearing on like low-level settlement sieging at all. But if this is a hint at them putting in like Three Kingdoms-esque sieges, to non-walled settlements, that would be fucking sick. Like that would build hype for me if that's what this is. It's probably not. Like this is probably just for the quest battle, but I can get excited and hope that that's what this is.
I don't. I think the one, and maybe I'm pulling at straws, the one hope that it's a generic change is that it's very weird for cornate chaos people in their quest battle to be using arrow towers.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, that screams of a generic feature.
Yeah.
So
That's
who
a good
knows?
point. I really hope that's what it is, because like any bit of changes to like sieges as they are in Warhammer would be nice, and putting in like that shit in Three Kingdoms is really amazing, because it's like you siege a city and it has no walls and there's like gates and there's still city streets, and you really get the sense that you're like marching your dudes through like a village, and as they go through the village, like the buildings on either side actually light on fire and shit, so like you get the sense that you're really like raiding a town, like a low level town with no walls and shit. It's very cool. I think something like that in Warhammer would be fucking incredible. And I don't know if that's what this is supposed to be, but I could hope that it is. It's probably fucking not though, because it's a quest battle. That's like the one thing I keep going back to that makes me think it's probably not indicative of sieges. Or siege changes, rather.
And then maybe that guy staring at the aurora borealis with the bear, that could be Yuri. I think people are saying
I don't know who that is.
he was a very minor character in the thing that added like Kislev supplement to the game.
He has a giga bow.
Yeah, he does. He
And a
was
bear friend.
referenced in that letter in the cinematic trailer.
Ah.
If where they freeze framed it, she wrote the letter like "Dear Yuri."
So then it's probably him.
What's his name? It's like Yuri Kachenko or something like
Yuri
that.
Lowenthal.
Yes, you're close.
Supposedly, at least in that campaign thing, he like became a chaos spawn or some shit because he took a chaos amulet. But all exciting. The only complaint I have is that limp dick scream from the dude. I
Which is
really want to
definitely
know.
placeholder.
I know it's a placeholder. I know it's a placeholder, but like, how did that happen, dude? Like, did they just not have the audio for it? Which doesn't make sense because they have the audio for the cinematic trailer. So like, what made someone be like, let's insert like a basic orc boy scream? Or was that a fuck up in editing? Did someone like insert the
don't know.
audio file and it was just the wrong one by accident, and then they sent this in and no one checked it?
I don't know, dude. I think it's just, I think they did it intentionally because it's a placeholder. They were like, we don't have a scream from a bloodthirster recorded yet and processed. So what's the closest thing we got? Sure, whatever, fuck it. Put like a Grimgore Wah in there, I don't know. Shove it in. I think one of the more interesting things about this trailer, and this is something I've been thinking about since I watched this earlier today. And this might not seem like it's interesting, but I'll explain why it is, at least to me. Is that they got Frankie Ward for this.
Yeah, I didn't know who that was.
So Frankie Ward is like an esports personality. She is big in the UK, but she's been doing stuff here a little bit. I don't know if she's done Overwatch League stuff. I think she's trying to get into Dota a little bit because she's been playing it with Purge on his YouTube channel. But I think she's mostly known for like the CS:GO scene and shit. But the point is, she does esports stuff. Like that's what she does. So the fact that they would pay her to be on a gameplay reveal tease for Warhammer 3 is odd. It would lead me to believe that maybe they're trying to push this for an esports scene in the future.
I mean, the multiplayer is very popular. I don't know about esport level popular, but
Yeah, I've always argued that the multiplayer has its community, but I don't think that its community is as strong as the number of people who buy the game just to play the campaigns and shit.
if
That's not
they,
this. What?
no, I agree with you 100%. But I was gonna say, if they wanted to, they could up the multiplayer aspect of this game. Like they could have actual leaderboards, not the bullshit ones they have. They could have ranked seasons. Like they
Yeah.
could esport this game up.
So that's what I was going to imply is having Frankie Ward on a trailer. When I saw her, my first reaction was, "Whoa, what the fuck is she doing here?" My second reaction was, is this a teaser of like more in-depth multiplayer features to come? Like, are they trying to tell us that they're going to put more thought into the multiplayer functionality and like actually have anything more than what's there now? Which is like my biggest issue with the Warhammer games multiplayer is that it feels so fucking bare bones and like there's very little thought put into it or care. Um, this might be an implication that they're gonna do more for the multiplayer. So like maybe there will be, I don't know, some sense of progression in the multiplayer. Maybe there will be some sense of like ranked game mode or like more care given to something like a pick ban system or something like that in multiplayer. Just like anything to bring it up to like modern competitive multiplayer standards because you
What?
got Frankie Ward in a fucking trailer. Like,
Yeah. What scares me with that too, though, is that let's say they do all that stuff, and that's cool. And I think if they did that, I would be really into it, and I'd be inclined to play the multiplayer more. Um, but putting that stuff in there, though, you're kind of also like you need to give people kind of an incentive to play. What kind of rewards are they going to hand out, and will they only be available if you participate in the season or get a certain rank?
oh, I fucking guarantee you that there
Like
will
so
probably
now you're
be
gonna have
like,
aesthetic rewards. Like, are they gonna transfer to campaign, or are they only gonna be for multiplayer? Like, it's a lot.
yeah, you're getting big
Unpack.
brain now. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I'm reminded of something that they probably won't do, but I'm reminded of something like Shogun 2 had had progression. It was like the last Total War game to ever have thought and care put into the multiplayer because you had a guy, like you created a clan, you colored it, which was cool. You chose what all your men were going to look like color wise. You had your like daimyo guy and you could like pick his armor and shit. As you played battles, you conquered against players. You would move into territories on a map of Japan, which as you moved into them, you unlocked units for use in multiplayer battles and shit like that. And you could like, I think you unlocked like new armor pieces for your general. And it was just like there was stuff to do. Every Total War game since then has just been queue up and fucking pick an army and like the other guy doesn't know what the fuck you're using and you don't know what the fuck he's using. You only know like the race itself in like a Warhammer example, and like he could be coming in with some fucking cheese strat that you like literally can't prepare for. There's like a very significant lack of systems or like cool progression, and maybe they're hinting at that. I don't know. It's a possibility. Like that's where my brain goes the second I see Frankie Ward on a fucking Warhammer 3 tease. I'm like,
Like, that can't just be
this
coincidence, right?
I look at it and I'm like, that's an esports personality. You don't hire Frankie Ward who
Yeah.
commentates esports
Like that
for
could
a
have been any one of the other people they've got to do this in the
it
past.
could have been anyone. It could have been a CA community manager. It could have been anyone to stand in front of a fucking green screen and talk to you for she's on screen for like 5 seconds total. It could have been anybody who could have did this, but you paid for Frankie Ward and you got her into some office somewhere in front of a green screen and you got her to record some like little lines for a gameplay tease. To me, that screams of we're gonna do something with multiplayer that we were not doing before. I could be wrong, but that's what that says to me.
Anyways, I'm very excited about this, and we won't be able to talk about it next week because this comes out on Thursday next week.
Yes, it's very poorly
We'll record
timed.
on Wednesday. Um, But I'm very excited and very hyped to see all the other. I'm hyped to see Cathay. I think Cathay will be awesome, but I am also hyped to see the other like demons and shit.
Yeah, I really wanna see Cathay stuff, but
Because
like
that
I also
that
what?
Bloodthirster like in game looks absolutely incredible, and I just want to see a keeper and a freaking great unclean one
He
and an
does look pretty cool.
updated Lord of Change.
I'm interested in seeing Cathay though, even though I knew that they were probably gonna be the last thing
Absolutely, they're going to
that
be
we
the
get to
last
see.
thing, dude. I bet you it's Cathay and Slanesh, the last ones. I fucking I would bet money
Yeah, maybe.
they're gonna save the big titties for last.
The big cities that everyone knows we're not really gonna get to see.
Yeah. You're gonna have to buy a titty DLC.
Oh no!
Oh no, it's just like the blood packs.
The tit pack.
Tit pack, tits for the tit god. DLC. God, you're so right.
Also, this is now I'm just droning on a little bit. Thinking about like balance on, I guess campaign, it doesn't matter at all, but maybe it does in a way. Um, how is it fair if I'm playing the Empire and I recruit my Empire general and he's my legendary lord level 1 versus I play Khorne and I hire a bloodthirster level 1?
Yeah, that's true.
It's like,
Yeah.
I know the costs are going to be different, but like think of that though, like if you're playing like let's say a huge Mortal Empires campaign, assuming that's still even a thing when everything comes out, um and you're playing fucking orcs, how does Grimgor stand up to a bloodthirster in the early game? Now, granted, they probably wouldn't fight each other that early, but who knows, right?
Well, yeah, like we don't know what the
Yeah.
implementation of demons as AI will be in campaign. In fact, I would even argue that the point you're making is more relevant to campaign than multiplayer because, like,
Well, yeah,
costs,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, this is more of a campaign issue than anything else. And in that instance, I don't know. Like, we don't know how demons are gonna work. Like, who can they fuck with from and how early on? Like, how are they actually gonna be utilized? We don't know. We've sat here and speculated about a lot of shit. Like, will high chaos corruption breed demonic invasion in the middle of your territory or what? Like, how's it gonna work? We don't know.
I just thought about that because like now we have scale, we have like a look, and it's like, but I mean, I don't know how the roster is gonna work, but I could only assume a bloodthirster isn't just a monster. I'm assuming they're a lord choice.
Probably. They see it feels like they're posing them like that, doesn't it? Like the way they're showing him in the trailer and the way they showed him in the cinematic trailer. It feels like
He's the
they're
lord
gonna be a
choice.
lord choice.
And,
Yeah.
and they should be. All the greater demons should be. Fuck, even the greater demons in game, the 2 lords of change are lords.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think the one isn't, but the first one was before Norska. So like, it would only make sense that they were, and in campaign on tabletop they were. But
Is the one Norska gets not a lord?
I don't think he is. I could
I
be
thought he
wrong
was.
though. Maybe he is. Maybe I'm wrong.
I thought he was, but I could be wrong too. It's been a long
But
time.
if he is, then it only furthers my point that these guys are going to be lord choices, and they should be again because that's what they were on table. But if you think on a campaign perspective, like how does a level 1 garrison stop that?
Yeah, it probably doesn't. I mean,
Like it seems to me like if I start my chaos campaign and I attack a town with a level 1 garrison on turn 4, my bloodthirster will just be able to cleave through 4 units of infantry and a unit of
yeah,
archers.
yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, if you're playing as the demons, yes, you're not wrong.
But what
If
about
you,
even defending against it? I mean, like, yeah, you could abuse the AI and shit like that,
yeah,
but
if you're well, who knows what they're gonna do to sieges? Hopefully, they'll do something to sieges to make like cheesing the AI against your walls a little more difficult.
now
But
now here's the kicker. What if they make like
the walls and sieges better, but what if they actually make winged characters able to fly and the Bloodthirster just flies over your walls?
Listen, people, myself included, I kind of want like monstrous units, certain monstrous units at the very least, to be able to interact with walls in ways that they can't currently. Like it makes kind of no sense to me that you don't have something cool like a giant being able to walk up to walls and like damage them to like introduce another point of entry like in the middle of a siege. That would be kind of sick. A Bloodthirster being able to like fly over the walls, in theory, he should be able to do that. Will they actually implement that? I don't know. I thought about that too recently, where I was like, man, Bloodthirsters and shit on the tabletop flew all over the place. Like that was their whole point. It was like giving a, it was like a, same thing with like Hive Tyrants, any winged monstrous creature. They were flying all over the gap, flying over,
Hell,
flying over terrain. They flew all over all kinds of shit.
I
They
mean,
flew
hell,
up-
technically, if you look at that like piece of artwork they put out, like the poster art that's like Katarин and that Bloodthirster's fucking flying.
yeah. But will he fly in
Yeah.
gameplay? Who knows? We've had a Zinchian Greater Demon Changer of Ways or whatever in the game for how many years now, and it doesn't fly. But is that just because they were too lazy to put that in from the jump and never went back to change it?
Yeah, a cool thing, like they have the opportunity to do that. Like this is a new game, new code and everything. They could make that feature and then like, because we're not going to have access to the first 2 games worth of stuff for a while, just like the last game.
Yeah.
So like, do they go back and then put those bits of code that have changed for the new stuff, and does then that new stuff get the special new flying rules? Who knows? Or they just don't fly because they're lazy. But
Yeah, I would assume that they will change that because that would be so strange and like nonsensical to like fight a battle where you're playing as demons and you have the same fucking demon in your army just on the demon side of your roster against like warriors of chaos at a point where that demon spawns for them but yours flies and theirs doesn't. Like would they actually leave it that way? I don't think they would.
I mean, I think they just got to rework their fly rules in general. Like even like dragons are fucking not good with the flying. Like, I don't know. Like a lot of those, I think just some things need to change. Like there needs to be like toggle. I can't even say the word. Toggleable. I can't say it. Help me.
Toggleable
There you go.
ability to land and take off and shit like that. Is that what you're?
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be cool. That's the kind of thing they seem to be avoiding though with the Warhammer games because like, and I hate to keep bringing shit like this up, but for example, in the historical games, you can dismount your cav. You can just be like, oh, I'm in a siege and I have this cav unit. I'm gonna click this button. They get off their horse, and now I can put them up a tower, up a ladder, through a gate on foot. I can do whatever the fuck I want with them.
Well, it comes back
their
to the
horse.
argument of why can't Black Orcs switch weapons? Why is there
Exactly.
only one variant of Black Orcs?
It's because I think CA is afraid of putting in those like more micro-intensive mechanics to units, like dismounting a horse, switching a weapon. Like, yes, some units have shit like that, but not a lot.
Will that change if they go the esports route?
I don't know. Listen, I'll be honest with you. You want my honest opinion before we fucking get off this? Because I know Anthony's in his chair and he's like, God, I'm panting and I'm sweating and I want to end this podcast. If you want my honest opinion, when I saw Frankie Ward and my head went to, oh my God, are they hinting at an esports drive and like a multiplayer overhaul? I had 2 different feelings about it. One was that could be kind of cool because one of my biggest complaints, and the reason why I don't really enjoy playing multiplayer all that much, especially, is because there's like nothing there. It just feels so like bare bones, and like there's mechanics that could be there that just aren't. So on one hand, if they did stuff like that, it could be really cool. On the other hand, it could be really bad. And they could start fucking up the balance of the game. And instead of balancing it for fun, they start balancing it for esports drive. That has fucked games up in the past. That's been a problem with like fighting games where like SF5 is like, yeah, man, we esports now, but it's like the game's kind of boring as a result because you sort of just like fucked everything up. by trying to appeal to the esports community. So like, I don't know if I'm excited about that, to be
Like,
honest.
how do you think that would be a negative though in this game?
Balancing not for fun factor, but for just RPS and whether or not something is too OP in a multiplayer standpoint, as opposed to or too weak from a multiplayer standpoint, and then you kind of like lose. It would start to, because they're not going to make balance changes just for multiplayer that don't also affect units and campaigns. So like the esports driven balance changes would seep into people's gameplay who don't care for it, and it would start to affect like their gameplay from like an esports perspective but they're just sitting down to have some fun in a campaign, and they're like, fuck dude, these patches just keep rebalancing this fucking army that I enjoy playing for esports, and I don't want that.
Don't they do that though already? Like they do balance changes to units all the time.
Yeah, they do, but my point is, like, there's a big difference between balancing a game and being like, yeah, multiplayer is a thing, and like, yes, people complain about certain things from time to time, so we'll make some changes, and yes, it affects the campaign and stuff, but like not focused on, but what we're trying to do is sell this shit at tournaments and get like sponsors on tournaments and fucking push for esports massively. When you start thinking about it like that, it changes a little bit. Like balance decisions absolutely, and like gameplay design gets influenced when you start designing something for esports specifically, as opposed to just the single player experience first, the multiplayer later. Now we're coming into it like, we esports now, everything must be esports. You know what I mean? It can affect gameplay in a negative way. It goes back to the fighting game example I gave you, where it's like SF5 is dry, and people have complained for a long time that games like SF5 are dry and kind of stagnant, and every character feels a little too samey because Capcom wanted it to be a huge esports success. So that's why SF5 was the way that it was at launch. Something like that could happen with an RTS. It's entirely possible. I'm not saying it will happen, but like, it's a frightening prospect just to think that CA would give more of a shit about the esports scene for a game like Warhammer 3 than like someone like me who just wants to play the campaign, typically. And like, maybe I'll dabble in the multiplayer if they put some new shit in, but like, I don't care for them balancing for esports. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not what I want. I want to have some fun with the campaigns and shit like that. Esports balance can affect stuff in a negative way if a company is so focused on it.
I guess we have to wait and see.
It can dry it up.
Allow patch selection then. So
Oh, they'll
you can
never do
pick
that.
your version.
I mean, if it really was that bad, I feel like there are even tools inbuilt, like modders can just change that shit.
They can. I'm not. Well, I want to be really clear too. I'm not like saying that I think it will be bad. I'm just saying that it's like a possibility. I'm not saying that it will happen, but you do have to consider that it's happened with other games in the past, and like kinds of games. Like balancing for esports has affected other franchises before, so you can't ignore that when talking about this. I would welcome some fucking multiplayer systems though. Like anything they could do to multiplayer to spice it up from what it is now. Literally anything.
I welcome it too. Like I love the multiplayer in Total War. I played it a lot, dude. The fucking amount of hours I have in that game is honestly, it shocks me.
I have always had an issue. I think I came to this realization like a few months ago. I never talked to you about this, but I was watching people play multiplayer, like, because every once in a while YouTube will recommend me like a turn video or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
and it'll be some dude, he's playing against some dude, and he's playing multiplayer. And more recently, like a month or two ago, he started uploading videos that were just like raw footage of him just going into quick play matches against dudes and just uploading those games. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And watching them, I started to realize, I was like, this is why I don't really like multiplayer in this game. And I figured it out. And what it is it's that there's no constraints placed on you, like, at all, other than just the gold budget. There's not like a MOBA-esque, like, you load into a game of Dota and it's like, okay, I want to play this hero. This hero has some other heroes in this game who are like a giga hard counter, right? It's like I want to play Meepo, so I know that I really don't want to play against Earthshaker. You know what I mean? So right from the jump, what do? You probably use your ban on something like Earthshaker or like Sven or like any of these heroes who are really good against Meepo, right? That's what you do.
Start.
In Warhammer, you go in and you're like, okay, I want to play dwarves, and what I want to do is I want to play a fucking box line dwarf strat where I corner camp with artillery. Cool, whatever. That's what you want to do. That's your prerogative. So you lock it, but then the other guy is hovering on dark elves, and you can't see his army, but you know that he's hovering on dark elves, and you're like, all right, whatever, dude, it's dark elves. Whatever, dude. I'm gonna corner camp with my arty. Then you get into the game and you realize that all he did is he spent all of his gold on nothing but shades, and he just proceeds to butt rape you, and you have nothing to stop it. You literally just can't stop it. I hate that. That's like my biggest problem with the multiplayer is that like those
So-
cheese strats are totally
Do
viable.
you think? I mean, they tried to cut that with unit caps. Do you think they need to have a more like rigid force org, if you will, for multiplayer?
Either I thought about that, and it's either a force org or it's what I thought of, which is like a pick ban system. Like, so you get into a match with a guy, in particular if it's a non-lobby match, you're doing like whatever the game's stand-in for ranked, quote unquote, would be. So you get in and then you take turns very briefly. It doesn't give you a lot of time to do it, but you take turns being like one guy, okay, I want to ban this army. Like I ban wood elves because I intend to play like vampire counts or some shit, and I just don't want to get kited until I'm a fucking corpse, right? And then the other guy's like, all right, I'm gonna ban dwarves. And then it goes back to the other guy, and he's like, okay, I don't feel like playing. I want to play VC or some shit. Maybe I ban out. What else would be bad? High elves or some shit like that. Or like lizardmen, because I don't want to deal with fucking large cheese army comps to just fuck my horrible anti-large shit up. Then it goes back to the other guy. Okay, I'm gonna ban this. Cool. Then maybe you do that one more time. Maybe each side gets like two bans
There are
or
a lot of
three.
armies. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you swap, and then you both pick a race, and either you pick a race at the same time so that there's no reaction after ban phase, or you pick in turn, and then you play. Right? Then you make your army and then you play. That would give you like some semblance of control, right? Over like not being cheesed. And that would be kind of cool. Like you could still potentially be cheesed if like you didn't ban out something that you didn't think about. But like that would be interesting. That would be kind of a cool system to like spice up the Warhammer multiplayer instead of it just being like I pick army, he picks army. I can switch my army at literally any time. If I want to, I can wait until this motherfucker is locked in, and then I can load up an army list I already made that I know will shit on him because he's playing that, and I'll do it in like the last 5 seconds before the game starts or some shit, and then we'll just get in and I'll fuck on him. You know, like I don't like that. That doesn't feel good. And it's because there's like no thought put into it. So I welcome changes that have thought. Like let's put some systems, some mechanics into the multiplayer. Where if there's going to be a ranked mode, we get like pick and ban and shit, and I can like make sure at least to some extent I don't have to play against something that just hard counters whatever I want to do. You know, like that would be cool.
That would be very cool. Here's
like
the
that a lot.
hoping.
So if Frankie Ward being on a fucking game teaser is indicative of that, maybe I'd actually play multiplayer a little bit more than not at all when this game comes out.
All right, I think that's
The podcast is over. I'm free. Yeah.
Did you like our Warhammer rambling?
I really like the part where we were comparing it to MOBAs, which is another thing I don't give a shit about.
Hell yeah, it was just for systems and mechanics, Anthony.
No, I know why I was there. I'm free. I'm so happy. I love you guys.
You edit this now. You re-listen to all that.
You
No,
re-listen.
no.
You reabsorb.
Like, fuck, I will. You can't make me.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, you do it. Fuck all of you. I hate you.